The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
The Jets are having a couple of intriguing visits ahead of the NFL draft, plus a new report from NFL insider Albert Breer on why Justin Fields chose the Jets and what it could mean for the NFL draft. We'll talk about all that and more. Plus, Briga, Deez Nutz, ASMANIAC Madness, one of the best battles in the round of 32, gets underway. And guess what? The show starts right now. Man, our Jets are primed to win another offseason, baby. We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Brees Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Here we go, here on a Monday, second show on the day. A lot of Jet news to dive into. A quick reminder to get your ticket to our draft party if you haven't done so already. The link to do that is in the description for this video. Reserve your spot because I'm telling you, we will sell out, so guarantee yourself a place at the first ever ASMANIAC draft party at Clinton Hall in New York City 1 month from today. That is right, people. April 24th, 1 month from right now. Also, quick reminder, if you want the show in audio form, it is available on both Apple Podcast and Spotify. Just search Jake Asman Show, and you could leave a 5-star review and listen in there when we get done live here on YouTube. Couple news items to hit on here. I want to start with this nugget here from Albert Breer in his weekly MMQB column. The Jets are doing their homework on a bunch of these quarterbacks, including Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers, who has a pro day today. So according to Breer, the plan is for Ewers to meet with the Jets and the Raiders today, have dinner with the Saints brass tonight, with all three teams expected to send big crews to Austin. So the Jets are doing their homework on Quinn Ewers. We know they met with Kyle McCord at the NFL Combine. We know they met with Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders at the Combine. They're doing their homework. Doesn't mean they're going to take a quarterback at pick 7, and some of those guys I mentioned, like Cam and Shedeur, likely aren't even there at number 7, which then brings me up to the other nugget in Breer's story that I found interesting from a Jet perspective. Albert Breer wrote that he would, quote, be surprised if the Jets took a quarterback in round 1. I've heard that Justin Fields' camp did a lot of homework and really prioritized having a spot where he could be the clear-cut starter. I don't know if his new team gave him that assurance, but he obviously felt good about the opportunity he'd have there. Folks, if you're giving a guy $30 million guaranteed, he's your starter for week 1 barring injury. I don't see the Jets taking a quarterback, but it's also the Jets, so I guess we can't rule it out. We know McShay this morning in his mock said that he thought long and hard about putting Jackson Dart at 7 for the Jets, but ultimately went with Armin Membu. We know Samini has said for a while he thinks the Jets like Jackson Dart a lot. We know Rick Spielman, before he joined the Jets, apparently liked Dart, but when Spielman was on the record talking about Dart, he wasn't saying he's a first-round pick or a top 7 pick. So I don't know if that means the Jets are going to take Jackson Dart. But I still would be surprised if they go quarterback at 7. I really would. But we can't rule it out until the actual draft happens. You just can't. I mean, no one saw Michael Penix a year ago getting picked 8. That came out of nowhere, right? They signed Kirk Cousins, and then guess what? They still drafted Penix. So we never know. But my gut tells me they're not going quarterback at 7 because this is not a great quarterback class. No matter how many times people try to hype it up and make it something it's not, always be wary when we're talking about a quarterback class and guys moving up on draft boards when there's no actual football being played. Like Jackson Dart now is a top 7 pick based on what? He was a 3rd-round pick when we got to the offseason. 2nd-round pick. Like, stop it. So, good reporting there from Albert. I agree. And I'm sure that's why Fields chose the Jets. Apparently, Pittsburgh wanted him back, but they wouldn't give him the assurance he was the starter, and the Jets did. Maybe they didn't all but guarantee it, but I'm sure they said, look, we're going to give you a great opportunity to be the guy, and if we name you the guy, you're the guy. We're not yanking the rug out from under you like Tomlin did with the team 4-2. That, to me, was probably the Jet sales pitch. And I'm sure if you're Justin Fields, you're also a little chapped that here you are at 4-2, and then you lose your job for Russell Wilson. And I'm sure you're probably a little chapped that at the end of last season, after the Steelers get off to this great start, 10-3, their offense is stagnant down the stretch. They're not scoring any points, and you never got any opportunity to come back in and play. So I'm sure that had a lot to do with Fields' decision as well. Comments, questions, super chats, we'll cut the line. Got 2 other things I want to hit on here. But first, I want to let everyone know the prizes for the upcoming ASMANIAC Raffle. A signed Darrelle Revis helmet, a signed Rex Ryan helmet, a signed Bart Scott jersey, a signed Santonio Holmes helmet, a signed Antonio Cromartie helmet, and perhaps a 6th prize for our 2010 Jets-themed raffle if we get, let's say, 30 memberships during today's show. I'll tell you what the 6th prize will be if we hit that mark. We only need 25 more memberships. That's because David Atkins is the first to get us going today. He has gifted 5 channel memberships. David, thank you very much.
Money, 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 money.
Jamal McClendon, Victory Monday, Anderson Simpson, Tanella Cam, Mongo Horse Punch, all receiving memberships there from the David Atkins. David, thank you very much. All right, couple quick hitters here, and then we will get to what everyone's waiting for. Briga versus Deez Nutz. The Jets also have a visit scheduled with a guy that I know a lot of people seem to like if we're talking about, other offensive linemen beyond just the top guys in round 1. Minnesota offensive tackle Ariante Ursary, I hope I said his name right, has a 30 visit with the Jets today. So this is a guy who is going to be highly sought after. I'm looking at Dom C's draft guide to see where specifically he has him. I know Dom likes him a lot. But if we're not going, Armin Membu at 2, or excuse me, at 7, this is a guy that could be there in the 2nd round at pick 42 that could be a plug-and-play right tackle. Dom C has him as his 6th-rated offensive tackle, has a 2nd-round grade on him. He has 1st-round grades on 1, 2, 3, 4 offensive tackles in this class. Ursary is one of 2 tackles that he has 2nd-round grades on. 3-star recruit from the 2020 class from Ruskin High School in Kansas City, Missouri. Started playing high school his junior year and played offensive tackle and defensive end. Also participated in track and field. Started 1 game at right tackle in 2020. Redshirted his sophomore year. Played all 13 games at left tackle in 22. Started all 13 games at left tackle. Made 2nd team All Big Ten in 2023. Pros, great length and upper body strength. Foot speed and play strength. Made Bruce Feldman's Freaks list for a 640-pound squat, 412-pound bench. Nasty run blocker. Explosive out of his stance. The cons, plays tall and gets too aggressive. Struggles to sink and anchor in pass protection, making him susceptible versus speed to power rushers. He is also eager to initiate to the point of attack and gets caught lunging. So there's the pros and the cons, the scouting report on the guy the Jets are reportedly meeting with today. One other nugget here. Underrated signing. ESPN ran an article featuring all their NFL reporters, and they were asked to give an underrated signing for every team. And Samini's pick was the tight end that the Jets signed from the Chargers. He's going with Smart. Now, let's be real. This guy has not really played a ton of football with the Chargers. But a lot of Chargers fans did like his upside. So maybe Stone Smart, could develop into something here. I mean, he's like an analytics darling. He had a 3-game stretch in December against the Chiefs, Bucks, and Broncos, 11 catches for 141 yards. He switched from quarterback to tight end in his final college season, so he's very raw. He hasn't been playing the position that long. He's only been in the NFL for 3 seasons, never recorded over 20 catches or 250 yards receiving in any of those years. But obviously the Jets, in their bargain bin shopping, feel like he could be an under-the-radar type of guy. That does not mean they should not draft Tyler Warren at 7 or take a tight end in the second round, but one little nugget there on Stone Smart. All right. Comments, questions, super chats will, in fact, cut the line. Appreciate all of you tuning in. Earlier on the show today, King Loski with a dominating performance over the Great Aurora to advance to the Sweet 16. Here's where we stand right now. We are making our way through the Chicken Soup region. We have one matchup left. Mike Deez Nutz, the 7 seed, who defeated who defeated Barbarossa in the round of 64. And then One Punch Briga, who defeated the Beast in the opening round and is now back in action against Deez Nutz. It's a matchup that everyone's been waiting for. Will the rise of Briga, a 15 seed, get him into the Sweet 16, or is Deez Nutz going to have something to say about that? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to vote. Let's hand things over to Jim Nance.
It's time for ASMANIAC Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top ASMANIAC for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
Deez Nutz or Briga? Those are the choices. Someone needs to win. And we'll find out during the show who that someone is. Deez Nutz. You voting Deez Nutz, or are you voting One Punch?
He thinks that Charles and Bobby need to get a job. This cowboy hates to see ASMANIACs complain. What he call him, One Punch Brigger. You need to get a job. What he call him, One Punch Brigger. The beast is on his ass. Call him One Punch Brigger. Does anyone see me back? Call him One Punch Brigger. You only need one.
Vote, vote, vote. It's not easy. Someone's got to win. Dick of the Kicker says a Ricky shirt. Ricky NY shirt I'm rocking today. You send me something, I'll wear it. Unless it's inappropriate, but even then, maybe I still would. Dave Brigger writes in, dude, keep throwing your nuts. Doesn't faze me. Now, out of context, people would be like, what? But if you watch the show, you know exactly what he means. Briga State writes in, we are making ASMANIACs employed again. Joe Mike writes in, Dave Briga uses pepper spray to season his meat. No comment. Beastbreaker says, Briga University, a university of excellence and achievement, is empowering. Bino says, ASMANIAC Madness has one true measuring stick, and it walks with black coffee and zero expression. Dave Briga writes in, I'm not fearing any man. Deez Nutz, you're a good Jet fan and channel contributor. Let it roll. Indy Jets writes in, I got a Briga autograph. Now I'm allowed to carry a firearm in all 50 states. Dave Briga writes in, ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege to be in this match, and I appreciate all the support. Guys that hate me, it's fine. I could deal with them. Briga State Community Services writes in, Briga doesn't breathe. He holds air hostage. And on that note, let's get to your calls, shall we? First up today on the Gusbuster Hotline is our guy, Jets Johnny. Johnny, put the camera on. What do you got for us, my man? Johnny. Not first up today is Jets Johnny. First up today is the 7 seed, who I enjoyed meeting. I've met him before, but I enjoyed hanging out with at the Knicks game on Saturday. PBM, Purple Belt Mike. Hello, Mike.
What's up? I'm cooking some pasta right now.
Oh, baby, a little chicken with that too?
Nah, no, we're actually doing a spaghetti pizza.
Ah.
Yeah, my wife can make a really good one. So she's on our way home, so I'm making the spaghetti first. So yeah.
Who'd you vote for?
So it was tough, but I voted for Deez Nutz. And that's because Deez Nutz has been a bigger part of the show for longer, in my opinion. Briga's the man. Briga's awesome. I love the rise of Briga. I'm not even sure who's winning right now, but My reason is I like both the gentlemen, both the real Jet fans, but I think Mike Deez Nutz has been longer, and that's the tiebreaker for me.
I like it. It's a fair evaluation, Mike.
Yeah. So that's it for that.
Any other thoughts on your mind?
Not really. I didn't think you were gonna get to me so quick. I was cooking.
Ladies and gentlemen, Purple Belt Mike. Good call, Mike. Someone had to start us off. We tried Jets Johnny. It wasn't there. Mr. Clifton, are you there? Because I can't see your camera either. I already got burnt once. He is there. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Clifton's next. Hello, Kyle.
What's going on, Jake? So I was the whole Stone Smart. That might be a guy that might be ready to take a leap, and that's why I kind of like the slow playing of the free agent market. Like you look at a guy like Brandon Stevens. Maybe he was playing in kind of the wrong system, right? They say he's pretty sticky in man to man. Maybe he was playing too much zone. I think they're being very selective about who is ready to pop, who's young, who they want to spend money on. So if it doesn't work out, they can say this is a worthwhile dart throw, right? I'll be very interested to see if there's a worthwhile cornerback there in the second or third round, whether they use Stevens at safety. I think they're giving themselves some flexibility. I think that they like some of the personnel that they brought in. I think they're trying to build out the bottom of the roster and create competition. And I don't really have a problem with them doing it that way, because this free agent class is, quite frankly, not the class that you want to have the Patriots kind of cash to throw around, and they're doing it. I don't see that ending well for them. It's just a matter of, fill some needs, save some cash for when you can be opportunistic after the draft and post cap cuts, and try and build through this draft. That's kind of how I see it.
They need 3 starters with their first 3 picks. That's how I'm looking at it.
It doesn't give them much room for error. You're absolutely correct in that regard. That's why I want that extra pick. Thanks, Jake.
Who'd you vote for, Kyle? This is a big matchup here.
I voted for Deez Nutz. It was close when I looked. Deez Nutz was down a little bit. I mean, no one. I can't think of anyone who could supported the show more than Deez Nutz. Maybe Rick Kent. It's pretty close, right?
I mean, right there. I mean, look, Deez Nutz has been here a long time,
Yeah.
but it all depends how you want to determine what you're looking for in your vote. Because if it's sheer entertainment, I mean, Dave Brigger's provided a lot of moments, not even just the last week.
I'm an unabashed Briga fan. I mean, there's no way around it, especially with some of the moves he's been making lately. But Deez Nutz, I recognize that he's contributed a lot to the show, so that's why I voted for him.
I like it. Kyle, always a rational take. Appreciate it. Mario writes in, some kids pee their name in snow. Dave Brigger can pee his name into concrete. Incredible. Mad Willie says, Mike Deez Nutz has created a lot of Asmaniacs. Yeah, he's dropped a lot of nuts for people. There's no doubt. Ted says, this is going down to the wire. It's 52-48. Briga slightly leading. Just shows you how great both these callers are. Big fellow with a super chat. The closest to this poll just shows how loved these two gentlemen are in the community and how hard the choice is. Bingo. Nailed it. Alan says, this shouldn't be that close. Alan with a bad take. Shocking. Briga State Community Services says, Briga creates achievement. Well, we know Briga definitely believes in achievement. Henny says, Briga was the first to call out the frauds. I emoji, BMAC. Purple Belt Mike says, this is going to be the closest battle yet. Mike, if you don't call in with your finished pasta, you're dead to all of us. Eric says, I got my first membership from Mike. I think a lot of people in here probably did. Nick Shine's missing toe wrote in. So many callers seem to live in the same house. It's true. Ladies and gentlemen, the 14th seed is here. His camera is on. Jets Johnny, you're next.
Jake, my brother, how you doing this afternoon, man?
What's up, Johnny?
Not much, bro. My bad, man. I was over here, dropping my son off, and he's going to Disney World this weekend with some friends and whatnot. So
It's
that's
all
my
good,
bad
man.
on not being ready for the thing. But I just wanted to call in real quick. I've never really given an endorsement or nothing like that. I'm not sure how much my endorsement means or nothing like that, but let's go ahead and get my man Mike Deez Nutz into the next round, bro. If there's anybody who deserves it, if there's anybody who's been here long enough and supporting the community and being there for everybody, it's Mike, and he kind of inspired me to call into the show and to donate and stuff like that, because I saw him every single day giving back to the community, and you can't help but respect that. And nothing but respect for Dave Brigger. He's the man too. It's no love lost for Dave, but it's just, I gotta be there for my man Mike. So that's all I want to do, support my man Mike, and hope you have a good one, Jake.
I love it. Great call, Johnny. I appreciate you. I mean, both are excellent choices, so you can't go wrong. And it is truly a battle, folks. We've been waiting for a round of 32 matchup like this one. 50-50 I'm seeing right now. 50-50. 210 votes have been cast. Unbelievable. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Mimosa is here. She has dropped a 5 spot of channel memberships. We're 20 memberships away from revealing the 6th prize in this week's 2010 Jets themed raffle. But first, Mimosa, this is for you.
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake Asman Show.
A new Gator video for Mimosa's memberships. Here we go. Joseph Freeman, Trav, James Fustel, Doug Hurst, Rich, all receiving channel memberships from the Mimosa. I suspect that video will be played a lot. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is the number 1 seed in the train region. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lane Train.
Hi, how are you? Bruce Hall. That's good.
Hey, Lane.
Hello, Jake. Hi.
How are you?
Great. I'm looking forward to the number 1 seed. I'm going up against Rick Kemp.
Are you excited?
Seed. Yeah. Can I see? Yeah.
Top
I like
right
how
lane.
it looks, actually. I'm going, yeah.
There it is, Lane. What do you
Yeah.
think?
I look good, actually. I was busy today. Went to Manhattan with Dad, and I thought I was gonna have to get my tooth put back in because I ate one of those hard candy thing, the chocolate coffee crisp, and my tooth fell out, and now I gotta go back on Monday, and then on like Thursday too.
Lane, you were in Manhattan and you didn't stop by and say hello to me?
I didn't know you were there.
That's where I live.
I know Nate. Nate lives in Manhattan.
Hey, Lane, how loud is your TV?
I'll turn it here. I'm gonna make it lower. So, is it better now?
Yeah, now it's great. We just want to be able to hear you clearly.
So, oh, wait. Do you hear me now?
Oh, we hear you.
Yeah, so, I mean, it poured the whole day. It's nothing better than having to take the subway. So loud. But
did you like the subway?
Yeah. Makes a train noise.
Did it remind you of yourself?
Yeah. So I finally got to meet Mimosa the other night. She's nice.
She's a big fan of yours.
She's never on though. She should come on also.
Yeah, she should call into this show.
Oh, so how do you feel about the Jets? Do you think that they take the seventh pick?
I think the Jets are going to take the 7th pick and pick a player.
I mean, they gotta pick somebody because, like, if you don't get Knoble, who do you get? Do you get Taylor Warren or Mason Graham?
Who was the first player you said?
Knoble or Mason Graham
What about the one in the middle?
or you get Taylor Johnson.
Taylor Johnson?
Yeah.
What position does he play?
He plays P.
He plays DP,
Yeah.
and his name is Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
I feel like you're messing with me, Lane.
Yeah, but I mean, so how was your day? Good?
Yes, it was pretty good, but now it's not so good because I didn't get to see you.
I've been busy, that's why.
Yeah.
I had to take care of some stuff. Like, first I had to go to the hospital because I had to take care of mom because she got sick. So I haven't been able, I had to take care of her. I mean, first, everything comes first before I call him, so I've been that's why I wasn't feeling well.
Lane, what do you think about coming to the draft party?
I'm really busy, actually. Like,
Are you busy on April 24th?
yeah, like,
You are?
do you know why? I mean, because I know that it's in Manhattan, in between, I think there's the subway there and, Times Square. Oh, wait, not Times. Oh, yeah, Grand Central Station over there.
Yeah, it's super close. So all you need to do is take the train in.
I'd have to take the subway, though, then. I'd have to switch.
No, you could just walk.
Do you know what happened to Bobby? He was doing so good, and now he's like, back again.
He's trying to find a job like you have.
No, I mean his weight, though. What happened?
He's been losing a lot of weight. You didn't see this on the show the other night?
It was so funny. I was like watching it. I was like cracking up the way he was like dancing with the guitar. Just pretending like.
Lane, what will it take to get you to come to the draft party?
I really want to come, and like I'll meet a lot of people. I usually see on the I'll get to meet Nick Stein in person, so I can talk to him. I don't know who else is probably coming. A lot of them live like in LA though. I don't know if Addison's coming.
Bobby will be there. Charles Gorman will be there. We'll have three of our 4-1 seeds.
Maybe I'll watch the TV while I'm there.
Yeah, the draft will be on.
Yeah, I mean, now you go to every team. I mean, honestly, the Giants signed do you know who they signed? They signed Winston.
They did.
Yeah, I mean that's like I'm surprised you didn't go to the Jets.
They signed Justin Fields.
Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah, that's all to talk about.
Any impressions for us today, Lane?
Yeah. Hello. The first pick of the 2025 draft goes to Knoble. The 9th draft of the pick of the 2025 draft, the Jets sign Mason Graham out of Iowa State.
Mason Graham out of Iowa State.
Okay, now I'll imitate.
Are you impersonating yourself?
Yeah, now I'm gonna imitate Bobby's brother. Hands up. I see.
That's a good Mikey Midnight.
Why is he doing that? His internet's better though.
What are you eating, Lane?
Oh, okay. So I'll see you. Okay.
What are you eating, Lane?
Popcorn. But so I'll see you later. Okay.
I'll see
Bye.
you at the draft party, hopefully. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
All right. Farewell. Lane. Lane, you're still there. You just turned off your camera. Here you go, Lane. I'll play you out properly.
Hi. Sorry, everybody. See you next call when we talk about sports again.
The Lane train, everyone. Good luck. 25 wanted a Charles Gorman impression from Lane. We'll put that on the docket for next time. Looking forward to seeing Gorman at the draft party. Imagine we get the Lane train there. We're going to work on that. Trice with a super chat. No shade to Briga, but Mike Deez Nutz has gifted 4,000 memberships. He probably has. Nick writes, in Taylor Johnson being drafted number 7 overall shows the nepotism in sports today. Shador Sanders goes number 6, and the descendant of Woody Johnson goes to the Jets at 7. Typical NFL BS. It's a fair point. Taylor Johnson, who plays DP. Gator writes, and the Tooth Fairy's going to go broke on Lane. GTA, Lane, go. Unbelievable. Let's get to more of your calls, shall we? But before we get to your calls, quick update on the standings. Dave Briga, 54. Mike Deez Nutz, 46. It is still anybody's ball game. Ladies and gentlemen, up next on the Gusbuster Hotline is Deez Nutz. Mike.
What up, Jake?
How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm living the dream, Mike. I'm living the dream. I'm enjoying the battle. You and Briga both have a tremendous amount of support.
Nah, man. Firstly, I just want to thank everybody that did vote for me and said something nice about me, man. It means the world. You know, I love this community. I just wanted it to be close. You know what I mean? I told my son this. I just don't want to get blown out. You know? I said, I can't have a King Loski, 82 to 18 type of thing. I said, I want to at least make it, some type of battle. But, if you lose to somebody like Dave, whatever, man,
Look, Briga's on a run right now.
He is.
It's a tough matchup.
So the fact that I'm keeping it kind of close is means a lot. So
it still is close. I mean,
yeah.
53-47. That's within a couple points.
Let's go. Vote it up. Let's go. Like, I'm not going to get on here and slander Dave. Like, there is no way. I thought about it a lot. Like, what approach do I take? I can't get on here and slander Dave. You know what I mean? So you can't go that route.
Look, he's one punch Briga, man. I mean, he even won over Beast Brigger.
He's one punch, man. I respect it. And he's heating up at the right time. So, but hopefully I made a little mark with the community and they can come around and, support me and let's try to get this W.
I love it. Mike, you're the man. Thanks for all your support as always.
Always, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mike Deez Nutz. Will we hear from Briga during the show? The phone line is always open for anyone competing, and then you go right to the front if it's your day on the show in the madness. I'm rocking this guy's shirt right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky NY is next. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, what's happening, Jake? His shirt looks really sharp, too, by the way. Really good. Noticed that right away. Looks good.
I appreciate it. You sent this to me like 2 years ago already, I think, too, right? Or maybe it was last year. I don't know, but I love it.
Yeah, it was last year when we thought Aaron Rodgers was going to go on the revenge tour, I gotta say, having a concert style tour shirt, terrific idea. 5-win season, bad timing. Did not
Yes.
sell. Did not sell like hotcakes. I think the only person the Jets got revenge on was us fans that were watching every week. But that being said, I appreciate the support. I have to say, on behalf of the 1,283 people that were gifted membership by Mike Deez Nutz over the past year, I got to throw my support out for my guy, man, Mike Deez. I mean, there were times where I think we hardly had a show because the whole show was membership from Mike Deez.
Especially in the summer. Yep.
Oh, yeah, he absolutely killed it. So, and listen, Briga's on fire recently, but it isn't a contest for what you've done this week. It's a contest for what you've done over the duration. So I had to go with Mike Deez, both great competitors. I'd also like to say thank you to Neil for saying some nice things about me on the earlier show. I just rewatched it before this one started. However, I'm not going to say I actually know the correct guy's name that he was talking about, Professor, but I'm not going to say it. I did not personally like that mock draft. And I'll tell you what, the problem that I have with most mock drafts that I see is the person doing it is focusing on the players that they like. They're not thinking from a lens of what would Aaron Glenn or Muji do. And that's the problem I have with most of these mocks as people are picking who they like, not who the team would like or what's the fit for us. So that being said, dude, this is, me, I was on the Glenn train before anybody, and I have complete confidence. I know the Jets are infamously bad at drafting. However, and people are like, you know what? We always make a big splash that doesn't work out. So I think we're taking the right approach this time. And the fact that both our GM and our coach both have scouting backgrounds, I think this draft is going to turn out a lot better than some of our previous ones. And I can't wait to see where this team is going. That's all I got. Thanks, everybody. Go Jets.
Ricky, I appreciate the call. I hope you're right, because the way they have handled free agency, they need to hit on their first 3 picks if they're going to be a good team this year or competitive and not a 4 or 5 win team. Hit the like button if you just tuned in. If you're voting, please hit the like button first. That helps the channel grow. Big fella says Deez Nutz sunglasses are fire. Those were nice. Ladies and gentlemen, we've heard from Deez Nutz. He's going up against a titan in this community, the 15th seed. A guy so powerful, he earned the nickname One Punch Brigger. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello to One Punch himself.
He thinks that Charles and Bobby need to get a job. This cowboy hates to see Asmaniacs complain. What he call him, One Punch Brigger. You need to get a job. What he call him, One Punch Brigger. The beast is on his ass. Call him One Punch Brigger. Has anyone seen Bean Mac? Call him One Punch Brigger. 'Cause you only need one.
Dave.
Good afternoon, Jake. How are you today?
I'm good, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing well. Those videos, at least, we've motivated our men to start to achieve. The beginning is, we see it now. And it's a great privilege to be here in this match with Mike Deez Nutz. I give him, all the respect for all those memberships. But we're in a battle, to the end. So we can't be too nice to the end till it's all over. It still is competition, it's competition. That's it. I like Mike Deez Nutz. He's a genuine guy, as opposed to some of these people in the chat, Like Bobby
I don't believe
would
in
say,
achievement, Dave. That's the problem.
No, they don't believe in a lot of stuff, especially showing their face, to make comments. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But it's all fine. I could deal with anything, I just, I got my Jets hat on. So I'm just hoping for better things. About these mock drafts, I don't even pay attention to them. It's a lot of, it's a lot about nothing. It's like a Seinfeld show. Everybody's got their own opinion. I'm just hoping this Muji is the real thing. That's all we could hope for, right? We hope that the guy has some, he's planning on, the free agents have been, on the lower scale, but, get guys that want to win. That's the whole deal. The guys that want to win, achievers, right? That's what we want in the Jets. We want achievers.
We don't want
we don't
landing
want
deniers. We want people who believe in achievement.
No. Well, I think even that's gone somewhere too. A lot of the guys of waking up, to the facts. Other guys will be asleep forever. Maybe they need a couple shots like Gary, to wake up. But Big Gary and me are good. We just kid around for the most part, But guys, listen, I appreciate all your votes, and I'm not going anywhere. As opposed to JJ, he went the coop, so that's why he lost. Poor JJ. He went up against a big fella, and it was too bad for JJ. But he had his supporters. So let's see what happens here. What's the score now? What do we have now going on?
It is tight. It is 52-48. You have the lead.
It's going to go down to the end because, hey, Mike has put in a lot of time and effort in his channel, like that. So it's just, it's competition. I give Mike all the credit, but, the guys you built a good channel here, Jake, for everybody to hang out and, express their opinion. And hopefully someday we'll win. And maybe someday you'll get over this Rodgers deal, I don't know.
Yeah, when they win, let's win some games.
No, hey, listen, we all wanted success, but it didn't happen, I mean, was it really going to happen with him? I don't know. You would have hoped.
Going to happen with Justin Fields? I mean, I hope.
I don't know. I mean, he and London better get in the back room and start studying hard. That's how Belichick always. Those guys studied like crazy. Like him or not, Belichick was just, he created, he liked studying. The guys had those books. They studied. A lot of these guys have to, he has to get in there, then do it on the field. I mean, hopefully he has the ability to understand how to read defenses a little bit. Maybe that'll come. That'll be the whole key. That'll be it.
I'm with you, Dave. But let me say this.
I feel
you are a beloved figure in this community, Dave Briga. I don't think you're a 15th seed a year from now in this tournament. It's gonna be fascinating to see what happens over the next year.
Well, I've seen a lot of things, I think
like
that's
the moon landing.
Well, I wasn't there, but I saw the person on television, and I believe I studied space science, a lot in school, and you really, if you have to study. That's the problem with some of these guys. They don't read, they don't study. I mean, not everybody. Like a guy like Barbarossa, he knew history, but nobody will listen to him. They still believe, in still believe it's not true. But that's not the facts. The history's there, right? We have history. We know we achieved. We went there. Deny it or not, it happened.
Is it true Aaron Glenn spent a semester at Briga State?
Well, I know we had Parcells there, so maybe he did. I don't know. We need that kind of mentality. We need that kind of Parcells mentality. We want to win, right? We have to be positive. Now you have to leave, Jake. You have to promise me there'll become a time before this. You'll leave Rodgers. You leave that go into the sunset. Let it go into the sunset. You have to let it.
If the Jets win, but when he comes back week 1 and shreds the Jet defense, I'm not going to be happy.
But you're doing this 2 times a day. I mean, you're doing this 2 times a day, and the weekend once, and you get the radio program. I mean, you have to reserve your energy.
This is the life I chose, Dave. It is what it is. It'd be nice if they could win some games. Then I could be Mr. Positive.
I'm not Mr. Bay. Listen, I've seen everything since 1965. I've seen everything. So if anybody should, there's guys like, I think there's, who's that guy? Southern Jet. I think he's been around longer than me. Southern Jet. That guy, because I heard him talking about he's seen games at 54 or 64. And then there's Neil, right? We haven't given up. What are we gonna do?
I haven't given up. I'm still here every day talking about him.
I know. I know you didn't give up, but what can we do? Now, what can we do besides hope for the best?
You believe in achievement.
I believe in achievement. I want our team to believe in achievement. That's what we need. And maybe Glenn has that kind of mindset. The guys have to buy in. They have to buy in. They didn't buy into softball solid. We know that. They just, he just patted them on the back, let them commit 25 penalties a game, no discipline. Bye-bye solid. When Nick has that thing, he has that worst Jets. That guy, to me, is one of the worst. Because, he let talent go by the wayside. We had talent. But he didn't know how to, he didn't have any offensive coaches. Except the guy LaFleur, they let him go because they didn't give a good opportunity. It was just, without having any type of good coaching, you're not going anywhere. We all know that, and that's, Sal went, he went, he had to take responsibility. Why it never happened? I mean, the guy's not stupid, right? If you're a coach, you should be able to figure out. Belichick was a defensive coach. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great one-punch Dave Briga. Dave, good luck in the matchup.
Well, guys, I appreciate your votes. And if you cast your vote for me, we know we'll never give up. Never. Never give up.
He thinks that Gary needs more shots upside his head. This cowboy hates when you don't believe in achievement. Well, they call him one-punch Brigger. The moon landing was free. They call him one-punch Brigger. His claim is not too dirty. One-punch Brigger. Hated jokes, he's fighting sides. One-punch Brigger. Doesn't know they need them.
Folks, it is 50-50 right now in the latest poll. It is anyone's ball game. Deez Nutz or Briga. Vote, vote, vote. Ladies and gentlemen, this should be an interesting call we have next because this guy used to despise Dave Briga, went up against Dave Briga in the opening round, and now is endorsing Dave Briga.
Holy crap, here comes Beast Breaker 666.
Why don't you get your fat ass on a treadmill and go the distance with me?
Is that Bobby Midnight?
I'm not into politics, and I already told you that.
I might be big, but I'm going to be bad enough to put you out.
Beast Breaker always has some salient points.
It's here, ladies and gentlemen. The Big Fella t-shirt. It's a beauty. It's a great, great win. Big Fella, you know I got your vote. Go get that ass on Charles Goldman. Give him this for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for the win. Now, let's really dig deep. I like this kind of a match. Briga versus Nutz. Briga's game over. This is a match blown out by a landslide. Briga's tanks are more scarier. His powers are just more unforgiving. He's like a general in army combat. When you give a shotgun to Briga and he leads the charge, he yells it out. Get down! Shut up! That's his orders. See, I know what he's all about. See, Briga, he's a tough man. I got some of his power in me too. See, there's a difference between there's facts, then there's fiction. Now, there's gonna be some new changes coming up. Let's just hope my points come across loud, clear, and focused. The first thing we do, Greg Zuerlein. Bye. I don't want him. Guy's a bum. He's weak. The Patriots can take him. How about we give him one of these? Hey, Patriots, you see this check? You fill out the amount, we'll give it to you. Anything between 100,000, maybe 200,000, we'll give it to you. Yeah, that's cheap. That's called, in Jake's term, we call that chump change, 25%. Guy, now here's what we need to. Neil pointed this out loud, clear earlier this morning. We need boys, men. You know what men I'm talking? That's the scary kind of type of men we need. We need men like a John Abraham, Jason Ferguson, Mo Lewis, Marvin Jones, Kyle Clifton. Those are guys that used to be on the Jets, twice as scary and very hungry to win. That's the kind of hungry we want. And if you don't want to be here, you can walk.
Beast, I am hungry right now. What should I get for dinner after the show?
What? I'm trying to make salient points about football here. But I'm gonna tell you this: don't ever get Chinese food.
You don't like any Chinese food ever?
I lost it. No, it died on me a long time ago. I'm sorry. It died. See, when you get past a certain age, Chinese food kind of goes down to the toilet. Not my type. Mexican food, yes, I can handle that. European food, I can handle that. But
what's European food? Is that just all of
anything
Europe?
that comes from Poland, Germany, Britain, France, Denmark, even from Wales and Scotland. You want good quality, you got to go out and get it.
What about Italy?
Yeah, Italy too. Always can't forget Italia. Hey, everybody's got to have some gabagool once in a while, or if not gabagool, there's another word for it. Did you ever hear of mortadella?
Sure.
Mortadella. Now that's good. Hey, I might not like it, but you know what? I kind of like it. It's not that bad. When you get older, sure, it's gonna change on you, but you know what? We're gonna do something about that. Neil was right. We're going to go get talent. We're going to spend that $11.50 billion on talent. We're going to get our asses in gear. And if Briga sees a lot of improvement, he will thank us. Because why? Briga wants achievement. Briga wants proof. He wants to see everything up front. And if he doesn't approve it, the first thing he's going to say, you're fired.
Hey, Beast, what do you think of the Jets giving away Gabagool helmets next year?
I love it. That's fantastic. Now that is something you could give to your mom on a Mother's Day gift. Now that right there, that is class right there. Perfect class. Come on. Who else wouldn't want someone like that? I would. Come on. Everybody else got to have it once in a while. But I'm going to tell you this right now. We better shape our asses up. I want to see an 11 or 12 or a 13 win season. If we see a 13, I don't want to ever hear ever again. Smell it? No 4-win season. You're going to say 13-win season because we will not tolerate the bullshit anymore. It's time to put up or you shut up.
Hey, Beast.
Win or go home.
Beast, so you don't like Chinese food. How do you feel about the real people of Japan and their food?
Japan has a lot of respect, sir. Their Wagyu, their steaks. If you ever try the Riviera in Japan, a lot of the wrestlers that come from here, they go to Japan, they like that they love their steaks. And they got the same stuff like over there like we do, like Taco Bell, KFC, Burger King, Mickey D's, the same stuff. But over there, it's way different, way more real. Over here in the United States, it's a little different. Sure, our qualities are kind of but you know what? Think of it this way. We got Cheesecake Factory. We got Red Robin. We got Five Guys. We got all this good stuff here. It's called go out and enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, then what the hell are you good for in life? Take an example. Look at Alan. Alan, a.k.a. the douchebag.
Yeah.
That guy, you can flush him down the toilet real easy with the little in the toilet. A little smoothie on the blues. But let's get to another caller, shall we, cats? Can we just move along, shall we? Yeah. Move along with it.
Brigger.
Beast, thanks for the time. We covered a lot of ground there. Doan Syndrome writes in, vote for Briga. Dave Brigger is the reason why Bigfoot is scared and hiding. Team Curry writes in, love some one-punch Briga, but Deez Nutz is an achievement. Dre says, vote for Mike Deez Nutz, especially if you receive from him during an explosion. It's true. I mean, these are two great candidates. That's why it's so tight. It is 50-50 right now. Wow. This is by far the closest matchup in the round of 32 we've had yet. Now, this is only the third round of 32 matchup we've had, but still. Actually, no, this is the fourth. We did Gorman, Big Fella, King Loski this morning, and then Deez Nutz tomorrow morning. We start the Hood region. Cheats Fan versus We the People. Peter Castro versus Nate. We are 20 memberships away from another prize being revealed in the ASMANIAC Raffle, if you're just tuning in. We're up to 5 so far. Signed Darrell Revis helmet. Signed Rex Ryan helmet. Signed Bart Scott jersey. Signed Santonio Holmes helmet. Signed Antonio Cromartie helmet. And another prize potentially on the way. More of your calls right now. Let's say hi to Big Cho, who's next. Hey, Big Cho.
Jake, what's happening, brother?
Cho, what's going on?
Nothing, just wrapped up the season last week. We got eliminated in the quarterfinals.
You guys had a hell of a run, Big Cho.
Appreciate that. Now the portal's open, so my all my media things are going crazy. My email, all kinds of stuff. Everybody wanting to jump on in the portal and want to come to the Catawba.
It sounds like you guys have a hell of a program.
It's pretty good. This was my 6th season. We usually finish in the top third of the conference every year. We've won the last 3 out of 5 conference tournaments, made the playoffs the last 3 or 4 years in a row. The NCAA tournament. Got a good coach, good head coach.
Fantastic show. Love to hear it.
Hey, I need a favor from you.
What do you need, Big Cho?
I sent you an email. I'm sure you get a ton, but I sent you an email. I'm trying to do a podcast about sports back in the day. It has nothing to do with today's sports, but like back in the day, say mid-60s and up. But I don't know how to get it started. So I just needed some advice. That's why I emailed you. I don't know if you have somebody that maybe could help me get the show off the ground, a producer. You know, once the show got going, if I made any money, I could hook them up with a little money, you know, just to get started. A lot of good ideas, just don't know how to get started.
StreamYard.com, Big Cho.
StreamYard.com.
And that's how you could go live. Bobby Midnight has mastered the art of going live. You could do it too.
Okay. StreamYard. You said StreamYard.com?
Yep.
Okay.
That's your path to being able to do a show.
All right. Just if I have extra time, I was thinking about doing something like that. A lot of good ideas, like I said, it's just hard to get it off the ground.
I love it, Cho. Well, speaking of things off the ground, take a look at this. Now, what does that have to do with Big Cho's podcast? Not much, but I thought it was funny, so I'm going to play it. Big Cho, StreamYard.com, and you can get a show. And look, as Dave Briga once said, Big Cho, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. So I will be tuned into the Big Cho show. Ted writes in, this guy even has a show. Wow, you're going after Big Cho, Ted? Rich says 112 likes. Hit it. Is that bad? Jeez. Only 112 likes? People, we got 475 votes. Hit the like button. It's common courtesy. Doug Johnson Let's go. Deez Nutz has pulled ahead. He's up by 1. Has he really pulled ahead? I mean, he's slightly ahead. Tom A says, Jake Asman's coaching podcast tree is legendary. It really is, Tom, if you think about it. How many people have shows that are spinoffs of this show? It's hilarious. Ladies and gentlemen, the host of the most successful spinoff in the Asmaniac universe is on the line.
That's the new one. Oh my god. Hey, Jake, I got an appointment for next Monday at 11 o'clock.
11 or 1 o'clock?
11 for
11 o'clock. You're going to meet with the hotel people?
Yeah, with the hotel manager. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a she. I thought he's the lady at this said it was a he. It's a she.
Oh, it's a she.
I got that.
Well,
yeah.
You know what I'm going to tell you?
What?
Calm your freaky down.
Take a shower.
No. And also,
I
calm
gotta
your
get
freaky down.
buy some
Calm your
mangoes.
freaky down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Calm my freaky down.
Yeah, don't be doing the titty dance when you're meeting with them.
No, we wouldn't have to do that. Of course we won't do that.
I hope not.
What? Hold on, what?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying I hope not.
I hope not either.
Big fella wrote in, women pay good money for those boobies.
Oh, big fella, I love you. Yep. I wonder what size mine costs. Anybody else talk it? Ask your questions, Jake.
They're still coming in.
I'm ready.
Mike recommends that you don't go topless.
Okay, I won't go topless. No. Hi, Purple Bell Mike. Who's winning the poll?
Mike Deez Nutz is up 51-49. It's
let's go, Mike Deez Nutz. Mike Deez Nutz. Mike Deez Nutz. I love you. That's my boy.
How come you're going with Deez Nutz over Brigger? Brigger's the one inspiring you to get a job.
I don't care what that video says. I don't care. Mike Deez Nutz is my boy.
Yeah, but what about Dave Brigger?
He's acquaintance.
He's an acquaintance.
Yep, he's acquaintance. He could be my acquaintance. That's fine.
What about your friend?
Okay, he could be my friend, but I'm going for Mike Deez Nutz. I like Mike Deez Nutz.
Chef Kevin wrote in, keep up the great work, Bobby.
Thank you very much, Kevin. How you doing today, my homeboy? His son was on my show the other day. His little chef.
Ali says, love to see Happy Bobby.
I know. Well, the winter is over. I don't have my 2-month period anymore. So, well, it could have been 3 months, right, Jake? 3-month period.
It felt like it was like 6 months.
No, I think it was 3-month period when the winter started. Yeah, 3 months. I think it was total of 3 months. Yeah, that's what it. Anybody else? Questions?
Swamp Ranger says, nice to see Bobby still actively searching for employment, unlike Gorman, who shows no signs of effort and is tapping into Social Security at the age of 30.
No, Swamp Ranger, that's false. He has an appointment April 1st. He said that. If you're paying attention to my friend.
Bino says, Bobby's not mad at Briga. He's mad at the mirror Briga just held up.
Whatever that meant. Oh, that's a laugh. No, I'm just sick and tired of that damn song.
Gia's in the house. She says, I love Bobby.
Oh, okay. We're friends, Gia. Remember, we're friends. Okay, that's it.
Not lovers?
No lovers.
Why not?
Not a chance.
What's wrong with Gia? She looks kind of cute.
Yeah, I have somebody else in mind. Don't worry about it.
Do you?
She's from Florida.
Oh, I know who you have in mind.
Yep, we talked the other day.
No, I know all about it. Beast, hold on. Didn't mean to hit that. I know. I know who you have in mind.
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake
Asman Show.
I like that one. That's a good one for what is that? Her when she pays. Yeah, that's a nice one. She'll like that one.
I think you're in love with Mimosa.
I know, love at first sight. What can I tell you? That's what happened to my ex-wife. I fell in love with her the first time I met her. But she was married.
Ted wants to know, will Gia be at the draft party? She will be. She bought a ticket
better not
earlier.
be. I'll run the other way.
Well, what do you have against Gia?
She ain't going to be there.
She bought a ticket today.
I don't care, whatever. She be there. I'll give her a hug. Okay, that's about it. Can't wait to see Kevin James, though. That's great.
Jack Talks Jets Road. And Bobby, you got my phone taken away at school on Friday.
Well, don't play it during your... Don't play it in school. Not my fault.
Well, to be fair, if he's watching a show about the Jets and all of a sudden the teacher walks over to his laptop and sees this. Yeah, what do you think is gonna happen?
Not my fault. Don't blame it on me, Jack. I like you guys a kid, but that was your fault. Anybody else?
I
got your hat on back again, Jake.
I see. But you take it off the second my show ends.
Well, I have to go to Carly's hat.
Why does she get the hat for your show?
Because she goes to my show, so I support her.
So do I. I'm in there every day.
You don't go every day. Don't lie.
What do you mean? I comment on almost every show.
Okay, I have to start counting counts.
You should. I'm there more than anyone besides Addison because he co-hosts.
Yeah, of course, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm always here for you, so. Okay, where's the next questions? Anybody else?
Why do you think there has to be questions for you?
I don't know. On full screen, that's what you usually do.
Well, yeah, because we were going in depth with you.
Oh, I like to go in depth.
We don't need to go full screen. We could go normal.
Yeah, we could go normal.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the sad news break on her?
I did. Yeah, I did. Very sad.
Horrible.
Hey, Bobby, who are you voting for in ASMANIAC Madness? Did you change your mind?
For who?
In the matchup right now between Deez Nutz and Brigger?
No, I cheer for Mike Deez Nutz.
So there's nothing Dave can do to win your vote?
Nope.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Dave. That song just sucks, and I don't like it.
All right. How about the matchup that we have tomorrow on the show? We got two good ones. We got We the People and Cheats Fan and Nate versus Peter Castro.
I want to go with Weed. Weed's going to beat him. And then, I can't vote on that next one. I like both of them. I can't do that. That's hard.
Let's check in with Nate, parentheses Nate right now. Nate, who are you voting for between you and Peter Castro?
Last fucking time I ever pick you up from Vermont and back, buddy.
No, I'm taking Nate.
Whoa.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Tripping, bro.
Hold on. Peter Castro gives you a tremendous amount of financial support.
Well, he told me, I like both of them, so that's hard. I can't.
Yeah, but you have to vote, Bobby. You can't sit on the sidelines. You can't fence ride.
Peter Castro, I love you. Both of them. That's a hard one, guys. You picked the wrong people to go against.
How's New York today, Nate?
It's raining.
Kind of wet and a little damp out, but still busy. City never stops. Just 'cause it's a little rain. I'm actually in your neck of the woods.
Would you say that
up here too?
Would you say that you believe in achievement, Nate?
Yeah, I believe in achievement. I'm American.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for Deez Nutz. He's the same reasons everyone else voted for Deez. He's too much of an OG that kind of just provided too much. Like Castro's a strong 15. He's one of those he's like a Lehigh with CJ McCollum or Dame Lillard at Weber State. Yeah, Briga, sorry, but he's a strong 15. There's definitely a reason why you wouldn't want to pick against the spread, but I think it's safe to say Mike just has been kind of a staple in the community. I actually got a Christmas gift from 4 months ago, an ornament my girlfriend found that is a peanut that says D's on it, and I need to mail that to him. But That's probably good for next Christmas at this point.
Now, Nate, as
But
far as your
football-
matchup tomorrow, how are you feeling going up against the great Peter Castro?
I mean, again, if we're going to use more college basketball analogies, he's like the Duke or the Kentucky. He's a power 4 OG with, and there's no reason to dislike Peter Castro. Like I can't knock the guy, even if.
You still got me, Jake?
Yes.
Sorry, my headphones just died, so I don't know if that changed. If you can still hear me.
Just speak
yeah,
loud, but I hear you.
He's just got a personality that reminds everyone of people's grandpa, either their own grandpa or from like a show. And I don't mean that in an old man way, Dave Briga. Don't come at me, but yeah, certain thing about him where I think he's obviously gonna get the over 50 vote, right? So I gotta turn the younger people. I gotta get to social media and TikTok and really try to go after the younger generation because he clearly has the over 50 boomer vote.
You make a salient point there. Are you stopping by Men's Warehouse to get a suit?
No, picking my girlfriend up from work so she doesn't have to deal with the rain and stuff.
You're picking her up. You both can fit on that bike?
Yeah, there's a seat on the back. If you're Jake, you might be under 150 pounds, so that means I can put you on the back as well.
I am not under 150, unfortunately.
Oh, all right, well you're close enough. I'll budge for like 170. We got the pegs right here.
You
Once
both
Bobby
can fit
gets
on
down,
that? That's
what?
crazy. You
Look,
both
there's
can fit on that thing? Wow.
There's a handle. Look at this seat. How fat is your ass? Yes, people can sit on that thing. It's twice. You can put 2 little kids on it.
Nate, are you coming to the draft party?
Yeah, I think I will. I mean, I'm one of those nerds that probably is going to be like wanting to watch everything about the player as soon as we draft them. But with some of the names and the amount of 1s and 2 seeds that'll be there, I really can't not come to the draft party.
Well, I want you to basically ride Bobby Midnight around on the back seat of that bike.
Yeah, I'll do it till the wheels fall off, literally.
All right, we'll have that as part of the itinerary on the night.
I support. We'll definitely film it. That'll be a new clip on your show. It'll be everyone. Gorman. I tried to get Gorman on it in Jersey, so maybe I can get him on in the city. Now that I have the proper pegs and seat and everything.
Do you think Gorman do you think Gorman would come on that bike with you?
He didn't do it in a parking lot in New Jersey, but I think if enough Asmaniacs kind of, this car is trying to fucking hit me. All right, buddy. I think if enough Asmaniacs try to prop him up, maybe I'll bring a helmet for safety so we could assure Dennis and what's Mama's name? Mama Gorman, that everyone will be safe.
Roseanne.
Roseanne Gorman, Roseanne and Dennis.
You'll never get my chicken soup recipe. I'm not saying that Loski takes steroids. Need some of it. Hey, child, who is that lovely lady? Sing it this way, child.
Charles, will you ride on that bike with Nate?
I'm going to say no.
How come?
I'm just not interested in riding that bike.
I think your ass would look tremendous on that seat.
I'm over 150 pounds.
By how
You
much?
have time to go on a diet.
Like plus 20, plus or minus 20. 25.
About 10 or so.
Okay.
All right, we'll take that because we got pegs. So some of your weight is going to go on the peg. So we're really good. That's why I'm okay with the plus or minus 20 pounds. Like this, you put some of your weight right on the foot here, and we'll be fine. And honestly, it's a cheap bike. It's $1,000. I'll get another one if you break it. I told you that. It'll be worth it. So is that a yes?
I'll think about it.
I appreciate that. We know what that means.
All right, so Charles is a maybe. Bobby, I'm coming to you. Will you ride on that bike?
I won't fit on it. I'm not that.
Bobby, look how long that seat is, bro. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but I weigh over 150 pounds. I'm not going to be able to lose that much.
Can I get
weight.
your left ass cheek on it? Can we get half of you on it?
Oh, yeah.
You know
Half
what they
cheek
say?
on-
One cheek equals 2 feet.
That's true. According
Well,
to
I
the
got a
rule book.
wide end zone. So I don't know.
All right, how about this? Bobby, you ride the bike. I'll get on the back.
Is that going to work?
It's easy to steer. You can press this button to just steer. You don't even have to pedal if you don't want to.
I know it's going to work with us two on it at the same
Yeah,
time.
look at. Speaking of a wide seat, are you kidding me, Bobby? Look at that. B-O-B-B-Y.
Okay, we'll try it.
All right, yeah, now we're talking, Bobby. Look, it's got
Yeah.
a low
It's your
step over
fault.
frame. Easy step over frame. My mom rides it, no problem. No
Yeah.
problem. I'll be on the back. I'll be
But
holding
she's
on.
skinnier
real
than
tight to
me.
the neck.
She's skinnier than me.
Maybe
there.
that a little bit. We'll
Yeah,
go
but
all
I'll
the way to Radio City, Bob.
We'll make a try. How's that? See how
Deal.
it goes.
Deal. And if you fit, we'll ride all the way back to Vermont. We'll just have to pull over a lot to start.
Yeah, I'm not going all the way from one on that thing.
Why?
We're going by train.
All right. I was trying to save you some money. Be eco-friendly.
Yeah, but I'm not going by bicycle all the way.
That's a good point by Nate.
Yeah, I'm not driving.
We just pull over at every gas station, talk to the people there for 3 hours while we charge the bike, go 30 more miles, do it again. Like 10 times.
No, I have Michael with me, so that's impossible.
I mean, I showed you the seat.
Michael's got to be
Bobby?
with us.
Michael. Bobby. Michael.
Yeah, us too. We break the back end of the night.
Charles, have you reconsidered?
I may give it a shot, but
Thank you, Charles.
See if I pull out for you.
Charles, even if your parents will talk to me, I'll go to New Jersey. I'm a professional. We'll have a helmet. I'll get knee pads, elbow pads. I'm a safety first kind of guy.
What about bubble wrap?
Some bubble wrap. I like that, Bobby. Yeah, we'll put bubble wrap all around Charles. God forbid.
That's for me, not for Charles. That's for me.
Oh, for you, Bobby. You're like made of bubble wrap. You bounced right up when Jake Quest knocked you to the ground.
Yeah, bounced right up.
Here's the concern I have. If Charles does ride on the bike with Nate and he unleashes one, Nate, your bike, it might disintegrate. Are you concerned?
okay. With the fart jokes, all right. I knew that shit was coming.
This bike has turbo speed capabilities, so as long as he's on the back and he's tooting in the right direction, like I said, safety first. We have brakes. I don't think it'll be an issue.
I think the second one. Excuse me. I finished watching Gladiator 2 last night.
Did he just say that live?
Yes.
What? Okay. How was it?
It was good.
Who is it? Is that with Russell Crowe too, or is that starring a new
Denzel Washington, Connie Nielsen.
Black in the second one?
No, Denzel's not black in it. He's playing a bad guy in
white
it.
in the movie? Are you kidding me?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
Well, you said he's not black in
Denzel.
it.
He is black in it, but he's not the
Oh, okay.
gladiator.
Oh, okay.
That was a top 5 segue in the history of the
Yeah,
show.
no, he just changed into Gladiator right away.
You guys talking about my farts yet again, which shouldn't surprise anybody.
Wait, he did Jake. Then you segued to get Gladiator. That was so fun.
Charles, what do you think of Tyler Warren at 7?
Can you see my title beneath my name?
All right,
Either
but-
Warren or Membo at 7 would be nice.
I didn't see
Yeah.
that. It was small text on my phone. I like. Here's why I like Membu, and maybe I'm just gonna play devil's advocate with you, Charles. But like the guy said earlier on BG show, like can you really pay? He's gonna be a top paid tight end if we draft him at 7. So it puts a lot of pressure on Muji. You basically had to draft a top 5 tight end in the sport. So unless you tell me he's Gronk, do you want to pay a guy not at a super elite position that's not going to impact winning in a major way on day one? You're going to pay him top money in the league?
No, but I can understand the importance why you would prefer to take a tackle in the 7th pick.
Jake, I got a text to check your Venmo from a source.
I have received a Venmo from the J-Quest. J-Quest, we will get you down in the raffle with these contributions.
I thought it might have been a bounty for someone on the show.
I am not seeing anything that is a bounty.
Could be me.
Anything else on your mind there, Gorman?
Gorman.
No, just either Warren or Membo at 7 would be nice. Over the Jet find some more people. Maybe Jedrick Wills could come in. He's only 25 years
Hold on,
old.
I
He's a
can't
good
hear
player.
you because there's a bus that almost hit Nate.
Either Warren or Membo at 7. We can hopefully get Jedrick Wills if he's willing to come over. He's 25 years old. When he's healthy, he's a very good player. But we'll see what the hell happens. Anyways, good talking with you, Jake. Peace out.
That's it, Charles. You're done? Oh, he
That's
left.
an Irish goodbye.
Well, let me play him out properly.
Hi, I'm Charles, and I'm going to talk about Spider-Man and movies and sports and video games and maybe hot chicks.
I like that video.
J-Quest says you owe me a bounty. J-Quest, who do you want me to bounty? Nate
Probably
or
me.
Bob?
Probably me.
Maybe.
Charles has some pretty abrupt transitions there.
He's a big fan of Gladiator too, though. I'm happy for him.
What did he say, me?
He hasn't declared. Nate, good luck in your matchup tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. We got two. That could be as close as this one right now between Deez Nutz and Briga. Deez Nutz up 51-49. People, vote, vote, vote.
Vote for Mike Deez Nutz.
Appreciate it, Bobby. I'll see you on the. Can't wait to see you on the back of my seat soon.
All right, me and
Yeah,
Mike will do
baby.
it.
Hit the titty dance. Incredible. All right. Gaming with Chris writes in, Jesus, I love the show. Charles never lets us down with the laughs. Like, there's a reason why when we did the seeding, he's the #1 overall seed. That's why this tournament, to me, goes through Charles. But I'll tell you what, big fella's going to give him a battle. And the winner of this matchup is definitely going to give King Loski a fight. And that winner is going to give Gorman a fight if big fella can't beat him in the Sweet 16. Henny says, other teams find O-linemen mid-rounds. Why can't we? Well, that's the hope. Other teams also can find proven weapons that aren't first-round picks. The Jets never can. And that's not even just a Joe Douglas issue. McCagnon stunk at it. Tannenbaum wasn't good at it. Isaac was atrocious. I think we went through this earlier. Name me the last time the Jets hit on a skill position player in round 2. What, Wesley Walker, maybe the last time? I mean, how's Stephen Hill doing? Or Denzel Mims? Or Devin Smith? Or Elijah Moore? Jack writes in, am I allowed to go to the draft party even though I'm under 18? Jack, you are. However, if they catch you drinking and driving, they're throwing you out. That's actually what they told me. But you are allowed to go, Jack. So if you want to go, you are more than welcome to join us. And we'll make sure they serve juice boxes for you with your complimentary drink when you get your ticket. But Jack, yes, I invited Connor Long to go, but he's like, I'm doing a big draft cast that night. And I said, okay, Connor. But if you don't want to do that and want to come, you're more than welcome to. Wow, a comment Alan and I are aligned with. How is Douglas a player personnel lifer when he couldn't find a weapon past pick 40? He also really could not find any offensive players outside the top 45. J-Quest says the bounty was for Beast, but I will use it tomorrow. Wow. All right, J-Quest, I see you. Lavernius Coles was a 3rd-round pick. Rick Kent says Breece Hall. I should have clarified pass catchers. Yeah, Breece Hall obviously is a running back. Like, when was the last time the Jets hit on a 2nd-round receiver or tight end? Pass catcher. Wesley Walker in 77? Like, is that really the last time? B-Shep writes in, Justin Fields is the best quarterback in the NFL. He's not, but I appreciate your confidence.
Excuse me, miss. I need to return this damn child. He's no good. Sometimes a child just is no good. Take his one back.
Bomber, call back in. I was going to you, but you're not on hold anymore. We got some open phone lines for anyone who wants in. I'm going to stay on a little while longer here. It's 52-48. Deez Nutz is leading Dave Briga. Who's going to win the matchup between the 7th seed and the 15th seed in ASMANIAC Madness? Winners moving on to the Sweet 16. and we'll play King Loski. That's what we're all waiting to see. Purple Belt Mike says his food isn't done yet. Yes, and we want your wife on the show too, Mike. She's a wonderful, or as Charles Gorman would say, a lovely lady. I got to meet PBM's wife at the Knick game on Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello to the great Bomber, who's next. What's up, Bomber?
What's up, man? What's up, Jet Jake?
Bomber, I got to start with this. Who did you vote for, Briga or the great Mike Deez Nutz?
I think Brigger's the man. Brigger is our Mick from Rocky Balboa.
I like that cop.
It reminds me of Bruce Willis with those shades on too, as well. But yeah,
that's good too.
About the means for this team, what it means for this team. I think we need to really solidify. Do we belong in the NFL? Like, are we a legitimate football team? Can we stop with the damn mistakes? I know we're gonna have our talks about what we need at different pieces and what we should draft and sign and all this and that. But once those are done and we got everything we need, I don't want no excuses this year. Like, I want us to actually go out there and kick some ass. We need to play football and man up, because nobody wants to hear us complain this year. Nobody wants to hear excuses this year. Now, when it comes to the draft pick, I'm going to go with Tyler Warren, because I feel like we need weapons. We need something that's going to give the defensive backs a nightmare. And with him on our squad, he will give hell to opposing cornerbacks and defensive backs. Like, we need to make some noise this year, y'all. And we need to stop with the worrying. I'm relaxed. I'm just ready for the season to start. I trust that Justin Fields will be better this year and get this job done. So I'm ready.
Bomber, I hope you're right. All right. It'd be nice if this team was really well coached for a year. That'd be fun.
Yeah. I really hope Glenn and Muji do their thing and pick the people that they deserve to be here, that wants to be here. And it's all about football, because that's what we need. That's what we're missing. We're missing players with heart. And it just seems like throughout the season, they either fake get hurt. And I say fake get hurt because it seems like some of the injuries don't be as extreme as they try to make it. Maybe they just gave up and feel like we're not winning enough and they don't want to play. I don't want that this year. I want heart. I want us to show we can kick ass this year and we belong in the league. Period. That's what it means for me, for this team.
Bomber, some salient points you make. Here's the question I have for you. Do you believe in achievement?
Yes, of course. I believe in achievement. But you got to want it to achieve it. You got to want to get to the achievement. You got to believe in yourself. It starts with you in order to get the achievement that you need and what you want. But yes, I believe in achievement.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Bomber.
You said people walked on the moon, correct?
Yes.
Prove your claim.
It's not my claim, it's history's claim. You're an ignorant person. I was there. I know what went on.
You were on the moon?
You just don't believe it.
Give me the evidence that people walked on the moon.
You don't make any sense.
All I've asked you for is evidence.
You don't believe in achievement.
This is irrational. You're acting like an irate 5-year-old.
Listen to me, big mouth.
Dave Brigger, look like a man. It's not my claim. It's not my burden.
You said you went to college. They teach you nothing?
Shut up.
Don't tell me to shut up.
This is ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
You can't have a rational conversation. You can't shut your mouth.
What's rational? You're just a denier.
How does me knowing the name of the 3 people who died on the Apollo prove that people walked on the moon?
That itself doesn't prove it, no.
Prove your claim that people walked on the moon.
Men don't die for no reason at all.
How does men don't die for no reason prove that people walked on the moon? Your evidence is that you were alive when someone claimed to have walked on the moon.
I was living then, yes.
What does that prove?
I believe in achievement. I believe in a space program.
You believe in achievement. Therefore, people walked on the moon. That's your argument?
I believe people didn't lie to us like you.
I believe in achievement. Therefore, people walked on the moon?
Go read the history. Go look at films. I have books.
Then this should be easy for you. Prove that people walked on the moon. You've done all the research. This should be easy. It's not my burden.
Buzz Aldrin, in his mind, had to calculate the exact landing. You believe it was a cover-up?
I don't believe the claim that people walked on the moon. That's it.
I have to prove history, but you don't have to prove anything. Go take some more headshots. You need some.
Believe in achievement. or be like Gary. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Deez Nutz is doing what he does. A 5 spot of channel memberships have just been gifted.
Bang! Thank you, Mike Deez Nutz, for another gifted membership.
Anti Guerrero, Abuska Aska Shabimbo, Allen is a D-bag, Sneaks NYC, and Kaiser Rev, all receiving channel memberships. Peter with an Asmaniac super chat. If you had to place money on one prospect the Jets pick with 7, who would it be? Arvin Membu. That's who I think they're going to take. Who do I want them to take? Tyler Warren. But everything I have wanted the Jets to do this offseason, they have done the complete opposite. So I am not expecting Warren. Mother effing Chew says, a vote for Nutz is a vote against Bills fan Allen. I don't know if that's true, but I'm not an Allen fan, so sure. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're headed to Central Park now. Nate, how's the ride?
What's up?
How's Central Park?
Oh, it's beautiful. I'm about to exit out of 100th Street, and then I'll be home. You basically saw the whole route home, which was also the route that Luis Mangione used after he killed the insurance CEO. He used the same route I used to take my girlfriend home from work.
Is she on the bike right now?
Yeah, she's on the back of the bike.
What does she think of the matchup right now between Deez Nutz and Briga?
What do you think of the matchup between Deez Nutz and Brigger? Who would you vote for? Yeah, she only knows Deez Nutz. She's the one that got the ornament, like the Christmas gift I was telling you about. So she's a Deez. She would be another Deez Nutz vote for Mike. What's it at right now? 51-49 who?
Yeah, it's tight right now. It's now 52-48. Deez Nutz leading.
The OGs seem to pull away at the end once people log on. That's happened a couple times. It's kind of been the trend, which happens a lot in the NCAA tournament as well.
The seasoned callers have done very well in this tournament so far.
Yeah, it's true. If you've been here a while, people are showing up to the polls, which is good. We need people showing up to the polls and their voice being heard. Wow, look at this. This is slow-mo crossing.
Your girlfriend's name is Bianca?
Yeah, you're right, Jake. You're better than Bobby with that.
Jay Quest wants to know if Bianca's going to vote for him over Bobby.
Would you vote for Jay Quest or Bobby in the next matchup? Yeah, who is right? What you got?
If she needs a reminder who Bobby is.
Probably Jay Quest is the final answer.
Really? Well, hold on. See if this will change her mind.
Did that change your mind, babe? That was Bobby. She said he lost a lot of weight, but at first she said, "What is that?" I don't know if she thought that was a person at first.
Oh, that's a person, all right. That's a sexy person.
That indeed. He's coming out. This is close to his date. Well, he's coming out and getting all the ladies, right?
Tell Bianca to come to the draft party with you, Nate.
He wants you to go to the draft party. Jake, I'm on the show with Jake.
She doesn't understand the show.
She wants to know if I'm going first. Maybe I'll just send her, because I might have to be home to nerd out, and I might send her to represent me as an Asmaniac.
You could just record it, and then you could watch it back later. They'll have the whole thing. It's on YouTube.
It's true. I'm just thinking of excuses at this point. All right, we're going opposite traffic here. It's not. I gotta focus.
You're like a salmon swimming upstream.
It's true. Ah! We only do this for about 2 blocks. I try to avoid this, but we also do it on the block by the precinct, so it's nice and safe. Is that a sled? Is that a shield? What's that guy holding? I always go this way. Yeah, until we get to Amsterdam. Thank you, sir. I like the salmon swimming upstream. It's a good reference. It is a little uphill too, so I really feel the upstream. We gotta watch out for the cops pulling out of their parking spots. All right, Jake, I'll be home in about 60 seconds. We're gonna get a slice at Sal's. Well, the good Upper West Side thing. See? Now we're back moving with traffic on Amsterdam. All is well. See, I follow the law. Vote Nate.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nate, parentheses, Nate. Good stuff there from Nate. From Nate to Purple Belt Mike. Mike, is dinner complete?
Dinner is complete. It's sitting right now. So this is a spaghetti pizza. So if you look, I don't know if you can see the bottom. You see the strands of spaghetti there? Can you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's got the layers of cheese on there. And it's got to sit maybe 10 minutes, and then it's good to go.
That looks tremendous.
Yeah, it is good. You're an espresso guy?
I am.
All right, so I'm cleaning up my espresso pods, and I'm putting them in here. And then I just got these. So you see my counter? You don't see it, but you go into here. Boom.
Whoa.
Espresso pods, baby. Isn't that cool, right?
I like the innovation.
Yeah. That is using space. So I'm
Dave
doing that
Brigger
right now.
just wrote in, PBM is not a carnivore.
I am. It's just my wife is a vegetarian, so I eat vegetarian probably 4 days a week, maybe. And then the other 3, I either have chicken or steak or whatever. But
It looks like a great meal.
it is good. It's really good.
You're getting a lot of praise in the chat right now, Mike.
Hell yeah. Well, my wife made it. All I did was boil the water and cook the spaghetti. So props to the wife.
Mrs.
She did it
PBM.
all.
Where is
Yeah,
she?
Mrs.
She doesn't
PBM.
want to come on the show?
She's doing laundry downstairs.
No, well, tell her that the Asmaniacs all say hello.
Will do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Purple Belt Mike. JR Jet in the house. He was at the Nick game with us. My vote is in, Jake. One shot. Briga for me. Can't select Deez Nutz in good faith. I know how much he blessed the show. Awesome time the other night. You and Genergy are the best. Hashtag Asmaniacs for life. JR, great to meet you, man. I've met you, but great to hang out with you that night. My only other interaction with JR was literally getting off the train coming back from MetLife after the Jets beat the Texans on Halloween. JR is a good man. From Brooklyn, lives in Harlem. Came with us to the Garden on Saturday. Peter writes in, Weagle Beagle. Amen. M. Morris says spaghetti pizza is ridiculous. I'd try it. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the line right now is the man that gave me this right here. The Thunder Lips. What's up, Thunder?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Dude, thank you again for sending me all the Navy stuff and the military stuff. It's incredible.
Nice. Yeah, I'm glad that you like the shirt. Looks good. I didn't know what size you were, but you look like
I'm
a
like,
medium.
it's funny. I'm like in between medium and large. It depends on the brand. So I put it on. Like, I hope
Yeah.
it fits. Fit perfect.
I mean, I know a lot of people don't like to wear like military shit out in public or whatever, but it looks like a good gym shirt. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm honored.
Right on. Yeah, man. Just calling in to say what's up. Cameron, did you want to say anything? No? Okay.
Well, don't
Yeah,
worry. I have Cameron's note right here, so I will read it to the class. Cameron, you have great handwriting. Here we go.
Oh,
To Jake from Cameron. Thank you for the merch. It is cool, and I think your show is funny. With
Cameron.
Beast Breaker, Bobby, and Cheats Fan. My dad watches your show a lot, and Justin Fields was a good quarterback pick for the Jets. I think we will make it to the playoffs. I follow you on YouTube. If you could follow me back on YouTube or TikTok, my username is down here. I don't know if you follow me, or I don't care if you follow me or not. YouTube, I'm going to follow you on both, Cameron. You have my word.
You hear
Go
that, Cam?
Jets. P.S. My dad gets mad at Cheats Fan. Cameron, excellent note here. Love it. I'm going to make sure I follow you right now.
It's going to follow you, bud.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, man.
I'm
That's
not
awesome.
really on TikTok, though, so I'm going to start with YouTube. Right?
Yeah, that's hilarious, man. Yeah, he's cute. It's like the only day that we have this week that we don't have baseball. You know what I mean? They're him and his older brother are killing it. Cameron's the smallest kid, but he's number, like when they did the draft, he was the number 1 pick out of everybody because they all know he's a freaking beast, and it's just fun to watch, you know.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, just calling us. Thanks. I'm glad that you appreciate it, and we appreciate you, and the community's great. It's cool to be like, you know, just have other fans and shit like that, and be a part of something. It makes you want to reach out and like support everyone else that's doing shows and stuff like that. I find myself popping into different shows just to like, you know, like and show support because it's like we're all like one family. You know what I mean?
100%. Now, speaking of family, I mean, we got quite the matchup right now in ASMANIAC Madness here, Thunderlips. I know you're newer to the show, so your thoughts on this matchup?
I mean, I think when I did my bracket, I picked Briga. And I mean, Mike Deez Nutz is cool as shit. Like when he calls in, you could tell that he's, you know, a genuine dude and he gifts a lot. And, you know, I went with Briga only because, I mean, he just reminds me of like so many older folks and shit from like New York. He's just like, seems like he's tough as nails and made of steel. You know what I mean? But even though I don't agree with everything that everyone says, like what he said, men don't die for nothing. And, you know, that's obviously not true. There's useless deaths all the time. But I mean, that's just like, you know, another topic. But, you know, but it's funny, man. The freaking intros are getting freaking insane and better. And the music, I mean, Gator does a freaking insane job. But that Brigger song, it's the background, that like that twangy like spring shit in the background. Like I hear something different every time I hear the song. And it just makes me fucking crack up, and I love it.
It's so great.
Yeah, but the Bobby's freaking the noises he makes, my God, it's so stupid. It's great. I love it. But hell yeah, man.
Well, Thunderlips, great call, man. Shout out to you and Cameron for the nice gifts.
And don't judge me when I'm on the show or whatever, and I'm buzzed and shit. You could probably tell when I am. So
I love it. We need more of that. I think you're number 1 seed. If you call in drunk the whole year, you're number 1 seed.
No way, man. My wife doesn't even hate you. She hates me. I think she just hates me fucking being an idiot and spending money. So it's not even you. It's me. Maybe I got to look in the mirror. Maybe I'm Jake Asman.
Ladies and gentlemen,
all right, brother.
The Thunderlips.
J-E-T-S.
That's amazing. We're everywhere, baby. Jet chance at the Knicks game. Shout out again to everyone who came to MSG on Saturday. How about this from the Rick Kent? We needed to hit 30 memberships for a new prize to be revealed. We are just 5 away after Rick Kent just gave us 10 memberships. Bishop, Joe the Jet, Mike F, Michael Curran, Donna, Johnny P, Kick Out the Jams Joe, Joel Dario, Pete, Ben 44, all receiving channel memberships from the Rick Kent. Oh, hold on now. Jets Johnny in the house, a 10 spot of channel memberships. And hold on. Rick Kent with another 5. Ladies and gentlemen, our 6th raffle prize will be announced right after this.
The 27 pick in the NFL draft, the New York Jets select Dixon Hall out of Arizona State. What am I, a mind reader?
Our next prize in our 2010 Jets theme raffle is a signed jersey by Jets legend Nick Mangold. So, 6 prizes for this week's raffle, 2010 Jets themed. Mangold, signed jersey. Cromartie, signed helmet. Tone Time, signed helmet. Bart Scott, signed jersey. Rex Ryan, signed helmet. And Darrell Revis, signed helmet, the number 1 prize. Can't wait for this raffle, folks. Going to be crazy. But first, let me read some names because a lot of people just got memberships. If you want a membership, I still get this question every day. You have to be subscribed to the channel. You have to like the video. And you have to turn on that you want to be able to receive a membership. It's in the settings. Click on Rick's name or click on Jets Johnny's name and just flip the switch. I want to receive a gifted membership. And it's based on who interacts with the show the most. If you can't watch live, comment after the fact. because that still counts towards the algorithm rewarding you with a membership. Aaron Kamamu, Jason, Josh G, Unreal NYC, Shaft, 548490, Snowball, the Snowball, Drew Bomogrants, Sean Eldrith, EA, Nathan Jones, Jason Wang, M. Guz, Alexander Hill, 2X, Justin, all receiving channel memberships. That was combined from Jets, Gianni, and Rick. It was all bundled there. Dre in the house, the architect behind 28 Touchdown Island, is gifting a 5-spot for the people.
Yeah, here we come, baby. Here we come. Here come the Jets, baby.
These are from Dre, Big Sky Jet fan. Me and my dog, ED, Nelson Gragels, Marcus Dunn, all receiving channel memberships. It is raining memberships. Are you kidding me? Should have put the helmet on if I knew this was coming. Peter Castro in the house with a 10-spot.
Now, give me money. Or I shoot him. And I shoot all you motherfuckers. And then we take it. Your choice, bitches.
Strap up. Got 10 more names to read here, people. These are from the OG. Peter Castro, Eric Sampson, Jordan Victor, Sammy Kuki, Jeff Davis, Brandon Bradshaw, Admiral Average, Falcon West, Jet Up 22, Lawrence Yance. That is 10 there from Castro. We are not done. This is cool. We very rarely get this. Holy crap. Another 5 from Jets Johnny. Let's go.
Money, 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 money.
Guess a lot of people like the 2010 Jets, huh? Revis helmet on the line. Rex helmet. Scott jersey. Tone Time helmet. Antonio Cromartie helmet. And just added Nick Mangold signed jersey for this week's raffle. Jets Johnny in for 5. Here are the 5 who got memberships from him. Jam. Eric Hojak. Adrian Belcote. L. Trish. All receiving channel memberships, and Dodgy Hamstring as well. Anyone else? As I'm reading memberships, you know what happened? Holy crap. We are all tied up again this late in the show. Almost 2 hours in. It is 50-50 in ASMANIAC Madness.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? ASMANIAC Madness. You get to pick the ones who make the show rock.
Of all the dramatic things I have ever seen, 50-50, 681 votes in. I didn't think we'd need this, but here are the rules for overtime if we do need it. If I end the poll and it's even, we can't determine a winner. We then start up a new poll, and it's 3 minutes on the clock, and whoever has more votes after that is the winner. We haven't needed overtime yet because YouTube will give you, like, the actual breakdown on decimals. But if it's an even split, then we will go to overtime. We haven't needed it yet, but it's at least a discussion point this late in the show, given where we're at. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy is polarizing. Perhaps his perspective could swing it one way or another. JJ is up next. Hello, JJ.
Yo, yo, yo. Coming live from Cancun. Dave Brigger, come have a seat with me, baby. Your time has run out. Let's go, Mike Deez Nutz. Man, I will say this is a lot more compelling matchup than me and Big Fella. Big Fella kind of mopped the floor with me, so this is fun to see a nice close 50-50 battle royal right here. But Dave Brigger, it's time to come retire with JJ, baby. Come to Cancun. We got a nice cabana here waiting for you. So I'm going with Mike Deez Nutz.
I love the Cancun bit.
Yeah, and it's only because I'm being petty and Dave Brigger didn't vote for me, so that's it. So I'm not voting for him. That's kind of how that goes.
50-50 again. What it slightly was 51-50 after you endorsed Briga, but now it's back to 50-50.
No, I didn't endorse Brigger. I endorsed Deez Nutz.
I mean after you enjoy it, but people want to do the opposite of what you said, I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Well, then keep doing the opposite. Keep voting for Mike Deez Nutz. You guys are crazy. Real quick, just want to talk about the draft. I'm not going to take up too much of you guys' time, but I finally agree with you, Jake. You know, I don't agree with you often, but I love how you said that, you know, it's okay for us to have a weak spot at right tackle because we have strengths at left tackle, left guard, right guard, and center. So it's okay for us to have a weak spot at right tackle. We do not need to draft the right tackle in this draft. We need to get a weapon. I'm also on board for that guy from Michigan. What's his name? Mason Graham?
Mason Graham, yeah.
I'm okay if we get him. I'm okay with that because pairing him up with Quinnen Williams and then you have JJ on the other side, Jermaine Johnson on the other side, and then Will McDonald on the other side, that would be a scary defensive line. That would be scary. So I'm okay with something like that if we are going to get an interior player, but I don't really want a right tackle. I want a weapon. I like Tyler Warren. I also like the that guy I was telling you from Ohio State University, Emeke Ibukiboko. How you say his name?
Emeke Ubuki, I think is how you
Okay.
say it. I like him too.
close.
I think he's going in the first. I heard Daniel Jeremiah on the McAfee show today. He thinks he's a first round pick.
Ted McMillan, whatever his name, he reminds me of like a mixture of Alan Lazard with Mike Evans. Like he could be Mike Evans or he can be Alan Lazard. He kind of scares me. So that's why I would stay away from him. Ohio State, like I said before, has a proven track record of giving us quality wide receivers in the league. So let's go with them. We know what they're doing over there works. They know how to develop wide receivers. They gave you Marvin Harrison last year. They gave you Garrett Wilson the year before that, Chris Olave. The list goes on and on and on. So I would say stick with that Ohio State tree, and then you have Justin Fields with Emeke, Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall. Oh my God! Like I know y'all think it's all an act, but I'm pumped up for next year. I feel like on paper we actually have a better team this year than we did last year. The only weak
Fields in the Ring of Honor, baby.
That's what I'm saying. The only weak spot on this team would probably be because we lost my good friend DJ Reed, who did that nice cameo for me. Because we lost DJ Reed, I mean, cornerback is really where we're weak at. But other than that, like we get us a second wide receiver with Garrett Wilson and we're good. And that's what the draft is for, baby. And we got all these draft picks.
Couple things. So I don't want a right tackle at 7. I want them to take someone on day 2 in the second or third round because I think every other team can seemingly do that. So that's my point there. So we're aligned. And the other thing I wanted to bring up to you is at the draft party, I'm going to bring you a candy cane so you could say your famous line. All right.
I'm not. I mean, you and Ryan Fitzpatrick kind of do look like each other. You just got to gain a little bit of weight, get a little bit taller.
I got to grow out my beard like that too.
Yeah. So 3 things you can work on this offseason: get taller, gain a little weight, get a beard. Then you give me a candy cane, and then you get that phrase. All right. Until then, I don't know what to tell you. Once again, though, congratulations to the big fella. I don't want to root for Charles because Charles rooted against me either. So I'm just going to root for the big fella the rest of the way here. If you get eliminated by somebody, it only makes sense to root for them to win the whole thing so you feel less bad about yourself. So I'm rooting for the big fella to win the whole thing, bring it on home, unless he faces Gary. Gary's my number 1. So unless he faces Gary, I'm rooting for the big fella from here on out.
Well, so a big fella Gary matchup would happen in the championship game. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and then if that happens, then I need Gary to mop the floor with the big fella. That would be the only way I would root against the big fella. But other than that, I'm rooting for him the rest of the way on out. So,
well, your endorsement didn't move the needle, JJ, because it is still 50-50 with 706 votes that have been cast.
Woof, this is a matchup right here, baby. I'm gonna go get some popcorn. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna relax and watch this. Dave Brigger, come to Cancun, baby. Come get some suntan with me. All right, peace.
JJ, check it in. And this is the matchup of the tournament because I mean, you got a 15 seed, you got Deez Nutz and OG. It's just this is the best matchup of the tournament. This late in the show, 2 hours in almost, and it's 50-50. Unbelievable. Also, unbelievable what's happening with the memberships right now. Thank you all for the support. Let's go one by one. Mimosa in the house. She's dropping a 10 spot.
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake Asman Show.
The Maestro, Ace the Jet Fan, Mario, Gaba 100, Henry Zibauer, Joe the Sad Jets Fan, Luke B., Michael Piper Jr., Ryan Thurston, Richie B., all receiving memberships there from the Mimosa. But wait, that is not all. Peter Castro in the house, 10 spot, channel memberships, just been gifted. Castro, of course, in action tomorrow in a great battle between him and Nate, who we heard from earlier. So, man, I'm excited. Let me put the Castro thing on the screen here. StreamYard, stop being difficult. Hold on. And there it is. Nope. StreamYard. Thank you. Castro and Nate. 5-4 tomorrow. Can't wait. Nate the 5, Castro the 4. It's going down, baby.
You know, thinking is overrated.
Just vote, baby. Here we go. 10 from Castro, Dennis O'Rourke, GC Drello, Clayton Neon, Julio Ramirez, TV, Yuli, Chaos, 4 Ps equal payoff S. Mike Mack. Is that you, Mike McCagnon? All receiving channel memberships. Man, who's going to swing this election? It is 50-50. I can't end the show yet. At this point, call in, tell us who you voted for and why, and we'll see which Asmaniac's voice could potentially sway this thing. We have never had a matchup this tight this late in the show. Unreal. In 5 minutes, we're probably ending the poll. Peter, your matchup tomorrow is on the second show. Second show tomorrow, 4 p.m. hour. Tomorrow on the first show, Hood Region, opening round of 32. Cheats, Fan, and Weed, Castro, and Nate tomorrow afternoon. Then, if you want to look ahead, Wednesday, Leany and Neil in the AM, Purple Belt Mike and David T in the PM. Get ready. Jeffrey in the raffle for 1. Jeffrey's gifted membership went to, I'll tell you in a second, NYC IRAF. 50-50 right now. It don't get any tighter. Open phone lines if you want to call in and give your opinion. All-Star Chris, thanks Castro for the membership. Leon says Castro using his super PAC for votes like nuts. J-Quest says end it. Robert C says if the Jets stay at 7, this match could reach 900 votes. I read that as the Jets. If Jake stays to 7, I could stay. I am doing a podcast appearance tonight at 8. So I got to be out before then. Jeffrey has gifted another channel membership. Jeffrey, you're in the raffle again. Dave Brigger writes in, we believe in achievement. Mimosa with another 10. Are you kidding me? We're going to add a 7th prize after this show. I was not expecting this. Holy hell.
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake Asman Show.
Mimosa with 10 more memberships. Dylan Hawthorne, Crusader 1815, Dwayne Foster, Cool Kev, Brando, Chris Fine, A. Roker, King of Kings, Grapes Gone Wild, all receiving memberships. Ted writes in, Jake, if you end the poll with an odd number of votes, it cannot end at a tie. I know that, Ted, but if I end it and it appears odd on my screen, by the time YouTube ends it, a vote could have been in to make it even. So we have to have a rule in place for what overtime would be if it ends up being an even split. Which is why the committee and I had this set before the tournament. We end the poll. If it's tied, dead even in votes, we run it back for 3 minutes of overtime with a new poll. That's the rule that we decided before the tournament. All right, couple of people calling in here at the buzzer to endorse their candidate of choice. We go down under for this first one. Craig in Australia. Hello, Craig.
Mate, this is a tough one. This is the first one where I'm struggling to decide because Mike Deez Nutz has been such an insane financial contributor to the show, which I said whenever the other day that, you know, that matters. You know, you can't do the show without it. It does matter, and it's not easy for everyone to do. It's probably hard for most people to do. But at the same time, Dave Brigger is coming all the way to Vegas just to catch up with me and Luke. That's extreme. That's extreme. Now, at the same time, I've got to meet up with Dave, and I'm worried if I don't vote for him that I might end up at the bottom of the Hoover Dam in a barrel. So, this is a concern as well. So I'm really not sure what to do. But I think I don't know. I'm going to have to decide at the last moment. I may even have to coin flip at this point.
You might be the swing vote, Craig. You might be the vote.
Yeah. Look, right now I represent the entire Southern Hemisphere as far as I'm concerned. I don't know who Sarah's. Sarah, who are you voting for? Oh, she's just gone. I've lost her. I don't know where she is. Look, she's just happy to still have a job. So we have to thank Asmania for that. Oh, she's back. Who are you voting for?
Who? For what?
Out of Mike Deez Nutz and Dave Brigger.
That was a hard one.
There you go. See, she agrees.
Sarah, this is the hardest matchup yet. This is insane.
Yo.
It's 50-50 right now. I'm 2 hours into the show, Sarah. This is crazy.
Now, the super ticket is here, of course, in case anyone's wondering. So yeah, look, it's gonna be tough, mate. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of comments in the chat. I don't want to do a Charles Gorman, so I'm not going to read them.
Briga has taken the lead, 51-49 during this call.
Briga.
I still haven't voted yet. It wasn't me. I may have to abstain. This is very tough, and it's going to get tougher.
Sarah, have you voted, Sarah?
I have.
Oh, you have already. You don't have to say, but who was it?
Well, I have 2 accounts, so.
What?
Whoa, voter fraud.
Do we know the other one?
It's me.
Yeah, what's it called? Like
Sarah. It's just one on my work phone, one on my personal phone.
Right, I don't understand, but okay. Well, look, may the best Asmaniac win. We love you both equally, and although I'd be keen on the 3-minute runoff. That sounds dramatic. We might need to do our first one, maybe.
It could happen. I mean, Sarah just needs to go make some more accounts to balance out her votes.
I didn't do that for mine, by the way. I didn't tell anyone to vote. I wasn't messaging everybody to vote for me.
It's all coming out now. That's okay. Listen, we've got to stay calm. We're a team now.
Are we?
Yeah, we're on our ticket.
I don't think Jake's accepted that.
Well, he probably hasn't, but you're like, I'll call it a suggestion at this point. I'm going to use whatever advantage
you guys could be on a ticket. It's just the official thing is going to say, it's like a president and a vice president. Like when you go and vote, it's going to list the president first, which would be Craig.
Basically, I'll do all the heavy lifting and he'll get the...
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. It'll take us to 99.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna get out of the way now so that we can see where this ends up. So good luck, and again, may the best man win. I love you both equally, just about.
Ladies and gentlemen, Craig and Sarah from Australia weighing in our most competitive tournament matchup to date. Briga, if you're just tuning in, has just retaken the lead, 51-49. 744 votes have been cast. There's 300 of you watching live right now. So people have come in, voted, left, just going out of their way to make sure they get their vote heard before they go back and watch the rest of the show. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, couple more people can weigh in, and then we're going to end the poll, and we'll see where we are. Do we need overtime, or will a winner be declared outright? Johnny boy, you're next.
It's a tough one, ain't it, man? I mean, it's a lot of love for Brigger and all that, but Brigger's my guy, man. When he was going through the whole B-Max stuff, he had his back and everything. But Mike Deez Nutz is the homie, bro. And that's who I voted for. And you guys should too, man. He's a guy of here. I mean, he's done a lot. Both of them have done a lot for the show. But, Mike was originally here before Brigger and whatnot. So that should come into consideration as well. But, who am I? Hey, Mike Deez Nutz, man. We rocking with you, bro. You already know. Brigger's still all love, though, man. So, Jake, you got a tough one, too, bro. I think this might be the one where you need to vote as well, because I know you haven't voted yet.
I can't. So I can't even vote if I wanted to. If you make the poll on YouTube, you can't vote in your own poll.
Jake, you can make it real quick, Hey, Jay Asman.
Unlike Sarah, I have integrity, baby.
True that. Hey. But look, man, it's all about the Mike Deez Nutz, man. So, Mikey, we got you, bro. Hopefully you pull this out.
Johnny Boy with a strong endorsement of Deez Nutz. All right. Let's get the take of King Loski before we check in with one of the two people in the battle. Loski, what do you got for us?
Jake, my brother. Jake, my brother.
Hey, congrats
always
to you
good.
first and foremost, King, on your win earlier. That was a dominating performance, man. Scintillating.
I appreciate all the Asmaniacs. I wanted to say that first and foremost. I appreciate y'all voting for me. I appreciate y'all looking out. Shout out to Aurora. You know I still got beef with the damn committee for putting me against two women in the first round. Okay? Boom time, I still want your ass on the stick. Okay? Rich, yeah, you ain't out of this neither. Nick Shine, I'm mad at you too. All of the committee, I am pissed at y'all for putting me against, but I'm excited for this next round because I get to go against the fellas. I get to play and go head to head with the fellas. Okay? Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, Jake. I was kind of on the fence about each one because Mike Deez Nutz is a legend and Dave Brigger is an OG legend. But let me just say this: I want the toughest competition in the bracket. Okay, so I voted Dave Brigger because I feel like he's the hottest right now, and I feel like he's on the trajectory to come against me, the king, baby. I got something in store for y'all, baby. I can't wait. Whoever comes out, I'm sure they're gonna be tough competition for me, baby. So I can't wait. Okay, whether it's Mike Deez Nutz or Dave Brigger, it don't matter to me, baby, because the king is coming. Okay, pause. All right. So at the end of the day, baby, let's get the. I voted Dave Brigger because I wanted the toughest competition. That's what I voted for. That's how I voted. But at the end of the day, Mike Deez Nutz has contributed so much to the channel, so much to the Asmaniacs, and he's an original Asmaniac at that. But I'm enjoying this competition, baby. I'm at work watching this, man. So you know how much this shit means to me. Okay, I'm at work and I'm grinding, but I still gotta tune into the Jake Asman show. Asmaniacs, y'all mean that much to me, baby. So I just wanted to say again, thank you for your votes. Thank you, I appreciate it. Asmaniacs, maniacs, I need more. I need you, baby. JTF, just that shit.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? Asmaniac Madness. You get to pick the ones who make the show rock. I'm the king, original.
King Loski, legend. Look at this performance in the round of 32. And Aurora is a great caller. 81%, 600 votes. Loski, red hot going into the Sweet 16. All right. There's a guy on hold that we want his opinion on who he's voting for, and then we will hear from one of the two people in the matchup to give some closing thoughts. Addison is up next. Addie, make your case.
Okay.
Who you voting for?
How you doing? I am voting for Mr. Michael Deez Nutz. He's been around for a long time. No disrespect to Dave Briga, and don't send me swimming with the fishes, sir. You know I love and respect you too, but it's a hard choice to make. This is the Sophie's choice if I've ever seen one during the ASMANIAC Madness, and it's a tight one. So I knew I had to slip in and put my 2 cents in. I'm home from work early, and yeah, Mike Deez Nutz is the vote that I casted.
50-50 with 762 votes that have been cast. We have never seen a
Wow.
matchup with this many votes, this tight, this late in the show. Over 2 hours in now.
I'm glad it's been so long because otherwise I wouldn't be able to call in and campaign for the man on the left who hopefully goes on and faces, King Loski.
Addison, excellent call. Appreciate you calling in.
Let's go, Mike. Let's go.
Addie, check it in. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to hear from one of the people competing. He has called back in. We say hello right now. And after I bring this guy in, the person who I'm not bringing in, if you want to call in, The floor is yours. It'll be put on right away. But right now, we play this.
Deez Nutz.
Mike, how are we feeling? We've never seen anything like this.
This is fucking wild. Sorry for my language. It's wild. It's wild, bro. But I told you earlier, I said to my kids I didn't want to get blown out. So I respect it. You know what I mean? It's cool.
Unbelievable. I mean, forget about being blown out. I mean, you've been up, you've been slightly down. It's been basically back and forth between like 47 to 53 basically the entire time, and now it's been 50-50 for like the last 30 minutes.
I will say I'm kind of hurt by King voting for Dave Brigger over me. I'm kind of hurt by that, man. He kind of hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, man. It is what it is, man. Listen. We got a little bit of time. Y'all get them votes in. Let's fucking take Dave's ass down and let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, final thoughts from the Mike Deez Nutz.
Deez Nutz.
Man, I can't believe this. Kyle Clifton, it's not personal, Deez. It's madness. Ladies and gentlemen, we just heard from Deez Nutz. Now we hear some closing thoughts from his opponent.
He thinks that Gary needs more shots upside his head. This cowboy hates when you don't believe in achievement. Well, they call him One Punch Brigger. The moon landing was free. They call him One Punch Brigger. His claim is not too dirty. Call him One Punch Brigger. Hated jokes is like his ass. One Punch Brigger. Don't you know they need one?
Dave, how we feeling? We've never seen anything quite like this.
Wow, this is tight, isn't it? Unbelievable. A lot of votes. Well, it's just a great testament to the chatters and Mike Deez Nutz, all the people, and whoever votes. Hey, vote your conscience. Mike Deez Nutz has put in a lot of dineros in his channel, so I understand it. I appreciate King Loski coming for me because he knows we could have a nice battle, me and him, the both of us. So, but let's see what happens. Maybe we're going to OT. Who knows? I think probably that's it's up. It's coming right down to the, it's by a hair. It's coming to the finish line. So we'll see what happens.
Overtime could decide this thing, Dave. Overtime could decide this thing. Unbelievable.
What's the overtime? What's the overtime? 3 minutes?
3-minute overtime. I will start the timer on my watch here, and it will be, if we need it, it will determine who the winner is.
Yeah. Well, it's been quite a battle, hasn't it? Unbelievable.
Dave.
Unbelievable.
It's a testament to your greatness, my friend. I appreciate you being a part of the show, and this is one for the history books.
Well, I've been around since I think the first draft that we were talking about, probably 22. I started tuning in when that draft, right before that, maybe when did you come out? When did you come on the scene? 21?
21, yep.
21,
January 21.
Yeah, probably the next year I came on, And we needed a place to go. There was no place to go anymore. You couldn't listen to those radio stations. The fan, it's gone by the wayside. Everything. So this is what it is. YouTube. You made it. You made YouTube. You made it. You're the number one guy in the Jets realm. No, hands down. So I give you all the credit for bringing this all in. And
you're the man. You're the man, Dave. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Chat, give it up.
Well, God bless you.
To our guy.
Let's see what happens.
Let's go, Dave. Let's go.
He thinks that Charles and Bobby need to get a job. This cowboy hates to see us maniacs complain. What he call him One Punch Brigger. You need to get a job. What he call him One Punch Brigger. The beast is on his ass. Call him One Punch Brigger. Has anyone seen Dean Mac? Call him One Punch Brigger. He'll only need one.
Unbelievable. We've heard from both twice on the show, so completely fair. Each of them got to state their case. I mean, you can't go wrong with either one, folks. I'm glad I'm not allowed to vote. I don't even know what I would do. Both are absolutely incredible. Unbelievable. 774 votes have been cast. Who's going to win? Unreal. All right, folks. I think it's time. I'm going to end the poll. When I end the poll, we will see if we need overtime. Because I'm seeing 50-50 right now. I'm going to say this for those watching. The poll will close in 10, 9. You know what? It's not closing just yet. Because Indy Jets just gifted a membership. Indy Jets.
Freaking New York Jets. So we're built for this shit.
It went to Jay Blizz. All right, I'm now actually ending the poll in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Poll is closed. Do we need OT? 50-50. We're going to overtime. Holy crap. We're going to overtime. 50-50. 782 votes. We're going to OT. Overtime. Holy crap. Sound the damn alarm. Wow. Wow. I'm filling out the poll. We are going to overtime for the first time ever in the history of the greatest tournament in sports, ASMANIAC Madness. Here's how this works. 3 minutes will go up on the clock. I will have a timer set. And when that ends, the poll closes. And who's ever up after the poll closes advances. If we need a second overtime, the same rules apply. It is a 3-minute overtime session. Once again, 3 minutes when I start the timer. It's on my discretion. Okay. Is everyone clear? First, I just want it on the record for those who aren't watching the show live who get to this part on the replay that it is, in fact, a confirmed 50-50 here. 782 votes. Look at it on your screen. We have never had overtime in ASMANIAC Madness before. This is unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the candidates. I'm going to say neither can call in during overtime. Let's just let it be decided by the people watching the show live. And currently we have 327 of you in here live. So, once again, the poll will open. I'm going to get the timer set on my phone. And that will determine how this goes down. Everyone understand the rules. 3 minutes on the timer here. It is ready to go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hand things over to Jim Nantz. And when Jim Nantz is done, the poll will open and the timer will start. Here we go. Jim Nantz, send us to OT.
It's time for ASMANIAC Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top ASMANIAC for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
3 minutes on the clock. Here we go. Vote, vote, vote. Is it Deez Nutz or Briga advancing to the Sweet 16? One of the greatest matchups you will ever see. It was 50-50. 2 hours and change into the show. Unbelievable here. Once again, here's why we're in overtime right now. For the first time ever, you have to vote twice. Unreal. Dave Briga, Mike Deez Nutz. Someone's going to win in overtime. Or do we need a second overtime session? Could this be like UConn and Syracuse at Madison Square Garden in 6 OTs? To those saying you can't vote, leave YouTube and come back and you can vote. You probably just have to refresh and the poll will appear. We are truly in overtime here. Unreal. We have never had this in the history of the tournament. 215 votes have been cast. Briga is up 58-42, but we know how quickly this could change here. Unbelievable. Minute 10 to go here. I'm going to stop the poll when my phone goes off here. All right, this is it. Get those votes in. Are you for Deez Nutz or One Punch Briga? Gator, 2 punch Briga. One punch in overtime. The comments are great. God. Oh, my God. This is incredible. Here we go. Jets Johnny just get to 10 memberships. Oh, my goodness, Johnny. We'll get to this when the poll closes. I don't have time. Yeah. Let's go. Jets Johnny, you're the man. I will read the list of names after we close the poll. Shout out to you. That's 10 more raffle entries. This is unbelievable. We're at 15 seconds here. I'm going to stop it when we hit 0 on the clock. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Poll's closed. Timer's going off. The winner in overtime with 55% of the vote is One Punch Dave Briga.
He thinks that Charles and Bobby need to get a job. This cowboy hates to see us maniacs complain. What he call him, One Punch Briga. You need to get a job. What he call him, One Punch Briga. The beast is on his ass. Call him One Punch Briga. Has anyone seen Bean Mac? Call him One Punch Briga. You only need one.
Wow. Congrats to both Mike Deez Nutz and Dave Briga. That was incredible. Jim Valvano said it best. Survive and advance. And that's what ASMANIAC Madness is all about. 50-50. We went to overtime. And now we have been able to declare a true winner. And by the way, 271 votes were fired off in the overtime period, which is a huge amount. Both of them are great winners. Here's the official scoreboard to reflect for the record. 55-44, 271 votes. It is, in fact, Briga moving on in our tournament. It is now set for a for a Sweet 16 now in the Chicken Soup region between Briga, the 15th seed, and the 3 seed, King Loski. King Loski said he voted for Briga because he wanted the toughest matchup. Well, Loski, this 15th seed ain't no typical 15th seed. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the Gutbuster hotline is both Mike Deez Nutz and Dave Briga. Gentlemen, props to both of you.
Yay. Mike, it's great competition. Great competition. They just tremendous, you know. I have all the respect in the world for Mike. Just looking forward to. I thank the chat. Thank all the chat. Thank all my supporters. Thanks of course to Jake #1 for bringing this all to fruition. You know, people don't give you enough credit for doing these things. So we want to give you the credit too, my man. You're the guy.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you. It's all, people love you though, Dave. I mean, my job is just to field the calls, and the chat is the chat. Mike, your screen froze, so we'll
I
get
think
you
what
on,
did it.
the call back.
I think what did it Jake was King Loski coming out and said he wanted me. I really do. I really think that did it. I love Mike, but the Loski's he's a tough cookie, man. You gotta get into fire with him. You gotta be, you gotta exchange some bad breath. He brings it. So I thank you for the vote, Loski, King Loski, and Mike. All the respect in the world, dear Mike. He's the #1 supporter of the station.
Dave, I think it came down to people just believing in achievement at the end of the day.
I never give up, man. We have to achieve. We have to achieve in life. That means, whatever how we ever have to get there. Working hard. Just be a hard worker. Just like our team's got to do. We're here for our team. We want them to achieve because they certainly haven't. So for a long time. That's the goal here. That's the goal, right? That's what we're here for. We're #1. I mean, this is turning into something else, but we're basically here because we want our team to be on top. Let's get to the playoffs, and we want, of course, #1, we want Jake to be positive. We want you have because you're the guy that holds everything together. You have to stay strong, man. You got to, we got to keep you up. We got to keep you lifted up. We got to keep you up. So I thank you, Jake. I thank all the people in the chat, the supporters, and I don't see Mike, but thank you, Mike. Thank you. Great opponent. Couldn't have a better guy to be an opponent, and it's somebody had to win. I guess it was me. It was all planned. The Lord planned it all, and I'm looking forward to the match with Loski. It's going to be
your first look at it. Hold on, I got this for you, Dave. First look at the bracket. Where's his upload? It is loading right now. Gator just sent me the uploaded bracket, so I will pull that up, and then I believe Mike Deez Nutz is on the line as well, so we'll be able to hear from him, hopefully, if his internet holds. Here it is. First look at the Sweet 16 that is officially set in our first region, the Chicken Soup region. Gorman versus Big Fella. Loski versus Dave Briga. On to the Sweet 16 inside the Chicken Soup region.
Yeah, we're ready to roll, man. We're ready to get it on, Loski. We're ready to get it on, man. So,
ladies and gentlemen,
okay,
here is Mike Deez Nutz. Mike, we can hear you now.
Hey, Dave, good stuff, brother.
Yes, Mike. Yeah, thank you, Mike. Great. You're a great opponent.
What a battle,
I respect
bro.
you.
What a battle. Overtime, all that kind
unbelievable,
of stuff, man.
Mike.
It is what it is. I couldn't lose to a better person than you, man. Respect.
So thank you, Mike. You're a great guy. You're a great guy. Great Jet fan. Great station channel contributor. I mean, it's guys like you to hold everything together. So we give you props, man. You're great. You're a great guy.
Absolutely, man. Nothing but love.
I hate seeing it. Yeah. All right. Have a good evening, everyone. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave
too,
Briga
brother.
and Mike Deez Nutz, who just gave us one of the great performances we will ever see in the history of sports and
He
entertainment.
thinks that Gary needs more shots upside his head. This cowboy hates when you don't believe in achievement. Well, they call him One Punch Brigger. The moon landing was great. They call him One Punch Brigger. His claim is not too dirty. They call him One Punch Brigger. He did Johnson's fight his ass. One Punch Brigger. Does he know they need one?
Dave Briga moving on from 50-50 to 55-44 after a 3-minute overtime session. Boomtown, what a tournament. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who voted. I want to thank the committee again. Thank God for this tournament because the Jets have done nothing in free agency worth talking about. We can only do so many mock drafts. God, unbelievable. Congrats to Dave. Congrats to Mike. Nick Shine's on the committee. He super chats. As a committee member, we planned for this moment, but never thought it would happen. Shout out and respect to both contestants and the chat for a moment that will be spoken of till the end of time. God. One Punch Briga, the 15th seed, moving on. And it took OT to get it done. Unreal. God. Oh, wow. Rat Diddy, super chat. Rat, you're the man. Your Don Maynard jersey was sent out. I think you should have it by Saturday. Briga is the NC State of the Asmaniacs. Loski is like the UNC, though. Damn. That is a battle, folks. You want to talk about two heavy hitters? I mean, the entire chicken soup region is stacked at this point. Who's getting to the regional final? Will it be Gorman or Big Fella or King or Briga? Man, I don't know how we top that. I don't know if we'll get a tournament game that good again. That's how good that matchup was. Look how many votes were cast for it to be tied to go to overtime. 782. Aaron says Briga and Loski could be another overtime matchup. Bino super chatted. Overtime isn't pressure for Briga. It's where he reminds people who they're dealing with. You know, it's kind of true. He pulled away. I was going to try and get the names for Jets Johnny's 10, but I don't know. I think I do have them. Here we go. Dennis Gorman. How about that? Brian Rochamacho. Gubinder Sai. For the Culture. Jeff C. Late Night. Anthony. Joey the Jet. Rock the Legend. Michael Palermo. What's his name here? Michael Palermo. There we go. All receiving channel memberships. That's a show, folks. Wow. Thank you to everyone. Took 2.5 hours, but we got ourselves a winner and one of the all-time great matchups. We're back tomorrow, 10 a.m. We got 2 matchups on the show tomorrow. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. We're on to the Hood region. The number 1 seed is in action against We the People, the 8 seed. And then this could be a great one. The 5-4 Nate versus Peter Castro. Someone's got to win. It won't be easy. But that's why they call it ASMANIAC Madness. Again, thank you all for your support. Please like the video if you haven't. More importantly, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done that. I will talk to you guys soon. JETS. Jets.
Hey, Jake, how are you? I'm at one of my favorite cafes called Liberty Bagel.
Do you think the guy in the blue knows he's on one of the biggest shows on YouTube right now? Ask him if he's a Jet fan.
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry to interrupt. Are you a Jet fan? He's a soccer fan. This is Jake Asman. He is an ESPN radio show host and a YouTuber like me, but he's been doing it longer than me.
Hi, Jake. Good morning.
How's it going? You guys don't know this, but the guy in front of you there, right? Charles, explain to them ASMANIAC Madness and tell them that you're the number 1 seed in the tournament.
He named the region after my mom's chicken soup. It's not Asman, it's Asman. She found your channel, dude. I'm so sorry about this.
Steady Eddie, I need you to tell me right now how much your sandwich and your brother's sandwich was total.
$44.18.
What the heck did you guys order? Charles, I just sent you a Venmo. Now look at this mug. Does this sandwich cure cancer? Is that why it's so much money? Thank the people behind you there for being willing to come on the show.
They left already.
Oh, I wonder why. Hey, real quick, Kyle, I got some breaking news here. This is the couple from the table. How about you pay for our food too, since you ruined our breakfast? At Dominic Ciampi, Venmo, please. This is quite the turn of events here. Ladies and gentlemen, the couple from the table is calling in. Is this real?
It's only $30, not 50.
Ours was only 30.
So Charles comes over to you. What did you think was happening?
I was very confused. He was talking a lot about his new home and stuff behind us loudly, and then he just came up at us.
The chat is very mixed whether or not I should send you guys the $30. I'm seeing some comments here saying, don't go for it, Jake. Rick says only pay them if they subscribe. Yeah, I'm going to need at least both of you to subscribe.
How commented?
All right. I'm leaning towards paying them the $30 here. Should I pay this couple $30 after their Charles Gorman experience at lunch?
I did not have on my bingo card that I would have my call hijacked by some random Jersey cafe couple this morning. This show never fails to surprise and delight. Yeah, I mean, I think you gotta.
You probably did him a favor because this country is totally overrun by useless carbs, but you did interrupt their breakfast. Like, I would not be as friendly.
We should pay those couple. They coin your show. That's a big thing.
I agree.
You got 2 customers now.
This looks like blue hooded sweatshirt guy, right? Everyone see this? Dave Briga is vehemently against me paying for this couple's food.
How down bad do you have to be to beg for $30 on the internet?
Wow, they're still
Damn
watching
bad
the
you have
show.
me to
The
beg
couple's still watching the show. Look at this.
That's great. That's great. So if you're sitting there at a restaurant and someone comes up and bothers you, Jake Asman in New York should pay for your lunch. This is ridiculous. What are we doing here?
I think it's the least Jake can do is give him $30.
You're not very intelligent. Why is that Jake's responsibility? Someone cut the cord to your internet. I'm not listening. No, I can't hear it. I'll correct you with one line. Hold on.
Hey, order.
Hey, Dixon, what's up? How are you?
I'm good. Not sitting outside a restaurant with my mug and asking for change. What's going on?
It's not an expensive-ass restaurant, and I'm not begging for money. I have a great job.
You literally typed in the chat and said,
you're doing it for free. You're the idiot.
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing?
Incredible. Yeah, your life is sitting on a show and not getting paid for it. You're free content.
Thank you, Jake.
You make him money.
That's crazy. Dixon, don't be so upsetty, spaghetti.
That's my line. Don't do that.
Sweetheart, I don't even know you, but I didn't mean to take your line. It's okay. You can take it back. Toodles.
Have a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the couple from the table. Unbelievable.